Press pause, put the controller down. It's time to talk about the gaming industry. My name is TJ Leah.
And I'm Andrew.
And this is episode 101. Press pause, a gaming podcast. And we're going to get right into patch notes to kick things off. Last week's videos. Episode 100 of Press Pause, a gaming podcast. Make sure you check it out. And AEW Redemption Wagers was our Wrestling Renaissance video last week. We tried to have a Random Encounters episode last week, which we did fully record.
Yep.
Unfortunately, the recording only had my voice and not anyone else's.
Because this is the second time that that's happened, we need to now make it a firm rule that everybody records their own audio on backup.
Well, I've put a check-in on what to check for. Like, I figured out why it happened, essentially, is what I'm getting at. It's a different issue than the first time that it happened.
Yeah, but that's exactly the point, is that what if it's a new, different issue each time?
Then I'll snap.
It's best for us to all just have backup versions of our audio that you can slot in if yours doesn't pick it up.
Yeah. Yeah, because that was...
We'll have to work out a system for syncing that up, but it shouldn't be too difficult. People have been doing this for fucking 100 years, so...
100 years. Yeah.
I mean, how long has radio been around? Longer than that.
Does radio stations record their own, like, individual... Well, I guess they do, but that's local, though.
Well, it depends. If they're talking to somebody remotely, and there's going to be, if it's for a show that's not going live to air, they'll want to have that kind of stuff. The point is, it's a solved problem. Yeah. So it should be difficult for us to come up with a solution. People have already done the work for us.
Yeah, I toyed around with finding some way of publishing it anyway, but I listened to it and I was like...
Yeah, no, you're missing two of the three participants.
The context is lost. Yeah. At the same time, though, I don't want to re-record it because it wouldn't feel organic.
No, and that's the worst thing, is that you just can't. You can't get those same discussions. You can't get any of it.
So what I might do is just post like a 2 or 3 minute video with the actual tier makers so people can see what our rankings for it were, just out of interest for what it was, but other than that, it's kind of a lost episode, unfortunately. So that's why if you were wondering why there was no Wednesday episode last week, that's why, unfortunately.
It took us forever to make the show, and we're still not making it correctly.
That show is cursed. It's just straight up cursed. Press pause. Knock on wood.
You know what you should
Never had that happen.
Here's what you should do. You should put up that episode, but then replace the missing audio with the episode that we recorded but never used.
There we go. Just a mash. Just a mashup. I like it. That's a lost Random Encounters. I like it.
What's worse, recording a show that's good and losing it, or recording a show and then figuring out that it's bad? Because we've done both now.
Man, that's...
I suppose we still have it, and it was funny, and we could do something with that audio at some point if we figure out a way to use the funny stuff that was in there.
Yeah, the 20 minutes of us laughing.
Yeah, the 20 minutes, that's actually good.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know which is worse. I think what's worse, I mean, they both suck because you just wasted 3 hours. I mean, not they weren't 100% wasted because it was still fun. It was still a good time. It was still
fun, and we learned that first episode that explaining a D&D character sheet is a really bad subject for a podcast. Yeah. So I guess we gained something from that, and knowing not to do that again.
Yeah, it's true.
This we gained nothing. We just lost.
Yeah, we just lost. We had fun, but we lost. Any corrections that you had from last week?
Not that I can think of.
Okay. And we have no
new... I did, incidentally, now that I think of it, I did mention when we were talking about PlayStation going discless, and I said that somewhere I'd read that somebody said the problem isn't that it's digital only. The problem is that it's DRM. That's the actual issue. And I couldn't remember where I'd seen that. It was Louis Rossman, who has a great YouTube channel about tech and consumer advocacy, and I highly recommend it. Louis Rossman, go check him out. He does good work.
Always like the plugs for quality YouTube shit.
Quality, yeah, and that guy that I feel I feel a certain kinship with that guy because when he gets angry, he talks really fast, and when I get angry, I talk really fast. So it's like there's a sense of solidarity there. It's like I know, I get it, man.
I feel you, dog.
Yeah, I feel it.
I feel it. All right, no new channel news to share, so let's get right into it. Andrew, what are you playing?
Well, nothing much. My niece has been visiting for the last week, so there's been a lot I've been doing with her. Unless you want to talk about Shredder's Revenge again, because I've been playing that with her. She
Great
loves
game.
that game.
Great game.
And yeah, and dude, this is after all the patching that they did to it. It's so much smoother now. It was a little bit buggy when it came out, but like I haven't been able to reproduce any of the bugs that were constantly happening with that original release. It feels so much smoother and just better to play. It's really good. I actually like it more than the Power Rangers game, I think.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah.
But I mean the Power Rangers game, it has those Megazord sequences that are like visually pretty impressive, but kind of frustrating to play. It's a lot of dodging for a giant robot battle. And especially when you've got two players and one of them is 8 years old and doesn't have the reflexes of somebody who's been playing video games for, 35 years. It's frustrating.
Yeah, no doubt.
And it passes back and forth between us. So yeah, I've been playing Shredder's Revenge with her. It's been great. I've also been drawing a lot.
I saw that. You're Goku.
Yeah. Yeah. Something came through me, man. I don't know if it was. I don't think that was me. I think that was something working through me because it just happened and it happened so fast. And it turned out really well, and I've been refining it, and it's been getting better.
There you go.
That's where the bulk of my free time has been going. It's been being an uncle and I guess being an artist. I guess I could sort of say that about myself now because it's gotten to the point where it's like, yeah, I can make stuff happen that looks good somewhat consistently now, which is a new feeling, and it's kind of cool.
You can definitely. I mean, I envy anybody who can just draw at all. Like I can't draw for shit, man.
So much work, dude. Of all the skills I've learned in my life, it has by far been the most difficult one to learn. Yep. It's taken by far the most time.
Yep.
And it's because I'm self-taught. I'm not like I don't take. I'm sure if I took like art classes or something, it'd be a lot easier. But it's just been me having to figure stuff out on my own. God, it's been difficult. But like it's finally fucking paying off. It's so frustrating to put in all that work and see little to no return. And then when that dam finally breaks and it's like, oh, I don't hate this. In fact, I kind of like this. And then I kind of like this too. It's like a justifying feeling. It's like, oh God, I didn't waste my time. Thank you, Jesus.
I'm surprised you never got into pixel art. It seems like something you would love, but
I did for a while on and off. But it just I don't know. It
you know what you
think
should
I
do?
find it too limiting.
Oh.
You know?
Wow. Isn't that part of the challenge though?
It is, but also there's going to be stuff that I want to do. Like there's levels of detail that I want to do that at a low resolution just isn't possible. It's more like a thing where if I start big, I can then simplify. And I could sort of break things down into their pieces, but trying to extrapolate from a small amount of detail is harder. I mean, that's a challenge that some people like. I enjoy it to a certain degree, but it's not quite the thing that I was going for. But I do know how to do it.
That's fair. You know what you should do for the show is you should create your own rendition of Ultros.
Oh, I could do that,
and maybe give him like a ninja headband to go along with your ninjas.
Oh, maybe.
I like it.
Maybe.
Yeah, I like it. Like, and then we can replace your Andrew sound.
I kind of like the goofiness of just the, fucking 30-year-old Super Nintendo graphic blown up to larger than the screen resolution of that system ever was.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. And I put like an actual real ocean.
Yeah,
background.
I noticed that. Yeah.
I thought it was funny. All right.
Yeah, maybe one day replace it with the Yoshitaka Amano art that sprite is built off of. Because all the enemies in that game are hand-drawn illustrations and watercolor paintings and stuff. And then somebody simplifies them, like I said, into a piece of pixel art.
I might have to do that. That's one thing that has never been updated is your little banner there. So might have to do that. Although we do use a different one on random encounters. Okay. All right. I have been playing 2 games. Okay. I've paused. No pun intended. I've paused First Light, 007 First Light, because I have a copy of the game permanently, so it's not something I need to rush. Whereas
not like a library game.
Library games are starting to come in and at a pretty rapid
pace.
Those
are on a time limit.
And those are on a time limit. I have 3 weeks per game to nail those, and I have
which is honestly tons. Like remember when we used to like do games in a weekend because we had them for like 3 days. I mean, games were shorter back then as well, but
yeah, it depends on the game that I get. Some need a lot more time.
Some you had to rent multiple times, and it was like, please, God, don't have anyone write over my save file.
And oh God, yeah, that was terrible. But the bigger issue with renting from the library is that you go to the back of the line, right? It's not just you go back and renew it. You can't renew it. If someone else is waiting for it, they get it. So, if I was to not beat the game, I would probably have to wait a few months at least, probably to get the game back, depending on which game it is. But I've been playing a game that I've been very excited to get my hands on, and I think you probably would too. That's Pragmata from Capcom.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I'm...
The demo is good, and I hear that the full game is really good.
Yeah, so I have a lot of thoughts, but I'm about halfway through, about 50% through. So, man, where do I start? So it's visually beautiful. We got the RE engine in there. It's very, very nice.
Yeah.
It controls well. Everything from the demo is very reflective of the game.
I assume you're playing this on the PS5?
Yes. Yeah. PS5 version. Yeah.
You running version. The like the quality mode so you get the ray tracing?
No, I can't stand 30 frames per second. I can't do it.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair.
Yeah.
The ray tracing stuff looks good.
Oh, I'm sure it does because I was playing Resident Evil Requiem on PC with path tracing on, so I can only imagine how good that looks.
Yeah, everything is very shiny and very reflective. I got a taste of that when I played the demo because I played it on PC, so I was able to have that stuff and still get 60-ish. Yeah, sacrifice resolution a little bit, but
for sure.
Yeah, looks good. But yeah, I totally understand, and because this game you gotta be quick. A bit faster paced in some places. You do have to dodge robots. You do have to target like weak points, and you got like the hacking mini game. So you do want responsive controls and responsive frame rates.
And let me tell you, it gets real hectic the further you get in the game. I've
seen some footage of stuff getting chaotic. Yeah. I haven't watched a lot of this game because I don't want to get the story spoiled for me, and I've mostly been successful at that. But I've taken a peek at some of the gameplay, and it looks like it gets kind of crazy in some places.
It gets pretty psycho, but there's a lot of mechanics in the game that kind of help you mitigate that, which is nice.
Yeah.
The biggest like hurdle against the game, not against the game, but that makes it difficult, I guess, is that when you're hacking, if you stop hacking, it stays there. Like it saves your progress on that particular hack, so you can come back to it and it'll still be there, unless you get hit. Then it resets. So it's all about making sure your priority is basically don't get hit, and hack when you can. But let's start with story. I'm obviously not going to spoil too much, but I also don't know a whole lot. I'm halfway through the game, and there's still more questions than there are answers. Although those outfits looks fucking sick. I don't have those. I would, because of that, I would say that the story is the weakest part of the game so far. I just don't find myself super pulled to really want to know, or really care to know. I mean, I'm sure I'll get there and I'll be like, oh, that's cool, maybe. But it's definitely not what the pull is. The pull is definitely exploration, the combat, and just kind of seeing what's around the next corner. I did not anticipate it being the type of game that it is, and by that I mean it is linear, but there are constantly secrets, constant multiple paths, constant hey, look over there, there's probably a secret over there.
There's all sorts of stuff to find. It was like that in the demo as well.
And you want to do that because you are constantly leveling up like 6 different things. Like you can level up your weapons, you can unlock new weapons, you can unlock new hacks, you can upgrade hacks. Then there's modifications that you can equip, and upgrading that, and you upgrade your health, you upgrade your hacking damage, you upgrade your primary weapon damage. There's different primary weapons that you can choose from. You have a loadout every time you have like a shelter that you can go back to at checkpoints, and at the it's kind of Soulsy in that sense. Basically, you get to a checkpoint, and if you choose to go back to your shelter and come back, all the enemies have respawned. But you get all your heals back, and you get all your ammo back and all that kind of stuff, right? So that's kind of cool. And early on in the game, there's a lot of paths that you can't take, kind of Metroid-y in that fashion. I thought that they were going to go much further with that, though. But so far, it's just basically that's happened once, where I'm like, oh, I can go back now and check out all the things that I missed. But it was only that one particular ability. I was expecting to get more abilities that would make that happen, but it seems to be just one so far, at least. So that was a little disappointing. And I haven't really felt the need to go back because I feel like I'm pretty fucking, thorough in these types of games where I'm like, I know that's the main path, so I ain't fucking going there yet. I got other things to check out, So I do like that part of it. The combat's super fun. It does get a little frustrating, some of the combat, or it feels a little unfair sometimes, but it's not overwhelmingly so. Like, I think I've died once. Once. And it was my fault. It was very obviously my fault. So it's not that it's difficult. It's just sometimes it's like you're in the middle of a hack and you're like, fuck. You fuck it up because you get hit, and then you move over and you start hacking again and you get hit again. It's like, come on! Just because of the sheer number of enemies that you end up fighting at times. But it's a nitpick. I really, really like the combat. My only real concern right now is if by the end of it, I'm going to be over it. If it's going to overstay its welcome. That's my only real concern. Because I'm halfway through the game, and I'm seeing the loop. I'm deep in the loop, and I'm like, okay, I don't know how many more places we can go with this mechanic and this concept. So I'm like, am I going to get
that's when
bored?
The game starts to wear out its welcome, is when you've not only seen sort of every permutation of what you can do with that gameplay loop, but you've done it so many times that none of it feels like engaging anymore. And that's usually the time when it's appropriate to end the game. And it's a question, did they nail that timing? And obviously that's different for everybody. Some people are perfectly happy to do the same thing over and over and over again for years.
Mm-hmm. And I wouldn't say that it does it poorly. They're constantly throwing new things at you, but they're not vital things. They're just like different flavoring, different options. Nothing ever feels critical. Like in a Metroid game where it's like, oh, I got the missiles, sweet, now I can do this. Oh, now I got the super missiles, now I can do this. Oh, now I got the bomb, I can do this. I got the more, none of it feels critical. It just feels like here's an ever growing suite of options that you can use for combat. It's like, cool. I just wish there was maybe more specific reasons to use them, because you kind of end up getting comfortable with specific weapons and specific things. And
yeah,
it's
you
like,
sort of find what works best for you, and you build your
it doesn't
your
really,
routine on that.
yeah, it doesn't encourage you to experiment as much.
Yeah, there's a balance that needs to be struck with that as well, because when games are like you need to constantly be switching your abilities, I find that kind of exhausting.
Yeah,
Like I'm just getting into a good rhythm and now I have to stop and do something completely different. Like, oh, I've been using the sword and I've found the pattern. Oh, no, you got to switch to the axe now. Like there's times where it's appropriate to do that, but when the entire game is built on that, I find that kind of discouraging, because then you don't really get enough time with like each weapon or each ability or whatever to really master it. You know what I mean? There's a right way and there's a wrong way to do it.
Yeah, I feel like you haven't played Hogwarts Legacy, but the combat in that game is phenomenal. Like, it's so perfect. It does force you to switch on the fly in combat to attack certain enemies, because you have to use certain spells against certain enemies and stuff like that, right? But it feels so natural. Like, they nailed that feeling of just being like swap, 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 swap. You know. And it feeling necessary to do that. And when a game nails that, you end up feeling like a complete badass, because you're just like, you feel like Neo, just doing all those swaps and switches and while dodging and making your attacks.
And in the second movie in the Merovingian's mansion where he's pulling all the different weapons off the walls and stuff.
Yes. Oh my God. I love that. Yeah. Like, it's just perfect.
Fight scene.
Yeah. Oh, great fight scene. So, you know, it definitely just gives you a lot to play with. And I think, and this is just speculation, obviously, but I think that is sort of a telltale sign to me of the development hell that this game went through. Because it's very clear it went through development hell. This game was announced in like 2019.
For a long
time. So it definitely, the seams of development hell are very apparent. But, you know, it's Capcom. So, you know, any other developer that went through this kind of development hell, those seams would be damaging.
Yeah.
In a crucial way. Whereas in this,
Capcom's
they're just
not
kind
really
of like
in the business of fucking things up.
No, they're on such a roll that even their biggest failure over the past 10 years ends up being good in the end, because they're just masters at what they do. Would I say that this is a 10 out of 10 experience so far? No, it's not. It's very unique. It's very cute. It's very pretty. It's very very fun. But it feels like it could be so much more, I think is a good way to put it. And the problem with that, and this might change by the end of the game, the problem with a sequel to me of this is, like, if I'm already feeling only about 6 hours into the game like I've seen all I need to, a sequel doesn't feel necessary. You know, like, I don't know how much more it could take.
I don't think this is the kind of game that's likely to get a direct sequel. Who knows? But
who knows? Yeah.
But I definitely think that the stuff that we've seen in this game is going to make a return in some form or another.
Oh yeah, for sure. There's a lot of mechanics in here that are very interesting, and
yeah, I'm sure we'll see evolutions of that in future Capcom games.
Yeah. This is a nitpick as well, but so you have the ability to change costumes in the game, which is just cosmetic. It's not like you know, there's no RPG elements in the armor. All of his other alternative armor is so fucking bulky. He kind of looks like, you know, a caricature of like a wrestler that's just rippling, and it doesn't look very cool. It wants to look cool, but it ends up looking like he's like a fucking brick. Like, he's just so thick. This suit's so massive.
I mean, the thing with him is that because his design is basically the armor he's wearing, you can't really build inwards. You got to build outwards, because otherwise you'd be cutting into his body and exposing it, and you can't do that because it's meant to be like spacesuit armor. It's the same thing with Dead Space, right?
Yes.
It's still got to be all encompassing around the character, and so that only means you can build outwards. You can't really take layers off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I guess my another nitpick I have is that he wears this helmet the entire game, at least so far, and at very specific points it opens so you can see him. And the audio also changes, because when he's in the helmet, the audio sounds like he's talking in a helmet, which is not great audio sounding. It's accurate.
Accurate,
but it's kind of like, why can't he talk with his mask up all the time instead of
it's definitely like a question of why not have it open up during peaceful moment.
Yeah, and most of the game you're in the space station, so you could just have him take his helmet off.
Yeah, have the faceplate thing open up or whatever it does.
Yeah, or even just take the helmet off and have it on his back or something, and then when he goes out into the space stuff, put the helmet on. I don't know.
That's what they do in Gundam. Is they have the helmets are attached to the back of the suit, so when they take them off, they just hang off the back.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah. So yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
It would be. I would think it would be uncomfortable to have that thing on all the time. Like, it would probably get kind of warm in there. Like, obviously they'd have some kind of temperature like mitigation, but like just like picturing myself in a suit like that, I would probably like I take my glasses off sometimes just to not have a thing sitting on my face.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I would probably feel kind of enclosed in there if I spent a lot of time in there. I'd probably take it off just when talking to people. It's also kind of impersonal to be, talking to somebody from behind a completely obscuring face mask.
And, my complaints in the demo were founded. Unfortunately, the voice acting is pretty terrible. It's pretty bad. For people that are fans of English, dub anime, they'd probably find it fine, but that's kind of what it feels like, is English dub anime. And so it kind of, the dialogue and the combination of the dialogue and the voice acting just feels very,
I thought it sounded okay, and obviously haven't heard everything in the full game.
So she's fine. She's mostly fine. She's a little anime sometimes with just
it's a Japanese game.
Yeah, the grunts where they're like staring at something and be like, huh?
Like
huh? Yeah, just very vocal.
Yeah, it's just a way people express themselves in that culture.
In that culture,
sort of verbalizations.
Yeah, so she's
what
besides that, she's fine.
Effort in voice acting, they call those efforts. Well, efforts are more of like lifting things, punching, but it's it's non-verbal vocalizations.
Yeah. Besides that, she's pretty good. But he is, I don't know, man. He's pretty bad. And again, it's hard for me to understand if it's the dialogue that's really the problem, or if it's the direction that he was given that was the problem, or if he's just not a great voice actor. I don't know.
It's usually one of those first two. It's honestly like, at this level, it's kind of hard to get cast in something like this if you're a legitimately bad actor, because it's not like it was when they would just take anybody. This is like, well, we're putting tons and tons of money into this. We should make sure we get people who know what they're doing.
Yeah,
like there was Tekken 7, and the story mode has a narrator in it who is talks like really dry and really flatly, and people were like, what the hell is this? And he explained, that's how they told me to do it. I wouldn't have done that if it was my choice, but the client, they give me the direction.
That's what they wanted.
I act according to them. So it made a case like that.
Yeah, it could be. I'm probably in the minority, honestly. I don't see any discourse about how bad the acting is in social media or anything, so it's fine. It's just it's hokey, so it's difficult to grow any sort of attachment to him. She's endearing. The only issue for me with connecting with her is I'm this deep into the game and I still don't have an explanation for why she is the way she is. So it's
Dude,
still,
I was on Team Diana like after I'd finished the demo, but it's different because I'm an uncle and I have nieces, and so
I'm not a kid person at all. Like
all. For me, it was like, oh yeah, this is exactly how my nieces would be in this situation. This is exactly the way that they would behave. So it was just like, oh yeah, I have to kill absolutely everyone and everything who looks at this girl even slightly the wrong way. Like the uncle instincts just kicked in. Like I said when we talked about this initially, they must have had some kind of thing where if you write for this character, you need to have kids in your life, because it's very clearly written by people who have kids in their life.
Oh yeah, she definitely acts like a kid. She talks like a kid. Yeah. She's interested in things like a kid. I think my disconnect is she's a robot. So why is she like this? And I'm sure I'll get my answer.
There's certainly a reason.
It's just, it's hard to, and I think a mistake that they've probably made, and this might be a development hell, cause and effect, is what you were saying of just like, anytime she's in jeopardy or someone looks at her the wrong way, you're like, I'm taking you out. There's never any focus on. So like, as you saw, the villain in the game is the robots, and they don't have. How can you be mad or angry at a robot? Like, how can you feel emotion?
Yeah, it's not like a maliciousness thing. They're just programmed to defend whatever they've been programmed to defend.
Exactly.
But still,
so sure,
it's not a personal thing. It's not like, oh, you are evil and specifically targeting this child, but it's
just like, defending the child from
uncle reactions. They're kicking in, man. I gotta make sure this kid is okay.
Yeah, I guess I wish that a villain behind them would be maybe made apparent earlier, because I still don't really understand. Like they're
why all this shit is kicked off.
They're dripping things out at a fucking super snail's pace.
There will be some explanation for why this has gone wrong, and maybe it's somebody who's caused it, or maybe it's just some confluence of circumstances. But there will be an explanation.
Yeah, I want more motivation.
Why the robots have all gone crazy.
Yeah, and I think the problem for me is that I've played The Last of Us, so I can see how intense you can care about a character. Yeah. And this just doesn't reach those heights.
This is because of the way they did it. In that way, because you're not fighting living creatures, and you're especially not fighting humans.
Yeah.
It's a very different dynamic, but
so it's harder to have that connection for me, at least. But again, these are all nitpicks, by the way. I'm still really enjoying it.
I get it.
I'm definitely burst playing though. So like the game's kind of chapterish in the way that it's laid out. You kind of like gain access to an area of the space station, and that's kind of what a chapter is.
Yeah, that was apparent even from the demo. It feels very compartmentalized, so there's like good stopping points where it's like, I've been playing for 45 minutes. This is a good place to take a break and do something else.
Exactly, and that's kind of what I've been doing. Is like, oh, I'm at the end of the chapter. Okay, I'm gonna take a break because I have another game to play, and so that's kind of my first impressions.
You don't burn out.
Yeah, and this is a game I think you could burn out pretty quickly on if you spent too much time in a row with it. Because the hacking minigame is novel and it works well. But I think if I did that for like 6 hours straight, I'd want to punch a wall.
Yeah.
Because it gets
I also got that impression from the demo. It was like, the hacking thing is fun in short bursts, but I have to do it constantly, and it's going to get boring if I don't have a break from it. So I think I would probably, like, when I end up playing the full game, I'm sure I'll play it the exact same way.
Now, I will say that the game is 50% combat and 50% exploration and puzzles. So you do get breaks from combat.
That's a good balance for it to have, because that's kind of the only two modes that the game has. So split it up evenly.
Yeah. There's also like training simulations that you can go through to unlock stuff and have challenge yourself and
and then there, like, you can decorate the shelter. I've seen that stuff, and
kind of
sort of a well, there's like you can like 3D print stuff, and she'll mess around with it, and like she'll go down the slide and stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty linear though. It's not like a
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it customizing as much as like unlocking parts of the shelter is the better way.
Yeah, and just seeing like, oh, well, how does she interact with this? Yeah. It's mostly just to go, oh, that's cute.
There also seems to be some sort of background relationship system with her, because there's these little symbols that appear every so often when you do something nice for her. So it feels like there's some sort of relationship system in the background. If that affects anything, I don't know. Maybe. Yeah. I guess we'll have to find out, but it's subtle, but I've noticed it. I'm like, oh, that must mean something. Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of my first impressions. I will have a final review probably next week. But enjoying it so far. Yeah. The other game I've been playing is my current co-op game with my buddy. We tried No Man's Sky, and it's fine. There's just so many games to play that we can actually quote unquote beat. That it's hard.
And if you haven't been following the stages that No Man's Sky has gone through over the last decade, going into all of that all at once is a lot.
Yeah,
it's a lot. They've added a lot to that. Yeah. Like they've made No Man's Sky, and then they've made No Man's Sky 2, and then like part of No Man's Sky 3 all into this one game with the amount of stuff that they've added. It's been pretty extensive.
Good on them though, because they didn't make the Destiny mistake of being like, let's make Destiny 2, even though it's the same fucking game.
Instead of fixing this game, let's just make a new one.
Even though it feels exactly the same as the first one.
Yeah.
So, so we move. I don't know if we've completely moved on from that, but we have two other games that we're playing now. One of them's just Call of Duty. We always need a game where we need to shoot people. Sure. we need to take out frustration.
Not in short supply. There's always one.
There's always
something where you can blow something away.
Exactly. But the game that we are playing that is our new sort of co-op obsession. I'm not sure how much mileage we'll get out of it because it's not a huge game, but it is Ravenswatch, and it is a roguelite. I don't even know if I would call it a roguelike Diablo type experience where it's sort of a top-down action RPG, but it resets every time you fail, and you get talents that you pick from that are randomly given to you, and so it's all about picking a character from the list and leveling up by defeating enemies and picking talents that contribute to a build that you want to focus on. Just same as Diablo. You want to put your talents into a specific thing, right?
I'm liking the art style. It's like,
it's gorgeous.
What if we did Diablo by way of Hades?
Yeah, it's
got
gorgeous.
More of the gothic stuff, but it's got sort of the illustrative look of Hades.
Yeah,
it's a good look because it's not just a 1-to-1 imitation of Hades art style, but it's clearly inspired by that. But they're also kind of doing their own thing with it. I like the way it looks.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful, and it sounds great too. Great music and sound effects. Sure. It's great. The reason that I wanted to talk about it is because they added so the premise of the game basically is that it's kind of similar to Fable. If you've ever not Fable, sorry. It's called Fables in real life in the comic books, but the Wolf Among Us video game.
Okay.
Where the world is basically made up of fairy tale creatures. Mm-hmm. And so the Ravenswatch is a group of fairy tale creatures and people fighting against, the corruption of evil, blah, 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 blah. Nothing too deep. It's a roguelite. You don't need to think too hard about it. So like all the characters that are playable are like Scarlet, which is like basically Little Red Riding Hood. You got the Pied Piper. You got the Snow Queen, which is basically... Yeah, kind of Rosa or like Jaina from World of Warcraft kind of a character. Yeah. There's Wukong. Who else is in there? Aladdin is in there. There's a bunch of characters in there. And then there's non-playable characters that you'll meet along the way, like Jack from Jack and the Beanstalk or Sinbad, or they're all kind of like side characters that give you quests and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool.
I like that they're doing mythology from all over the world and not just like the European like Grimm's fairy tale stuff.
Yeah, they're all over the place.
Like I like as far as Grimm's fairy tales go, I actually like Little Red Riding Hood because it's one of the few stories where the character is halfway competent in recognizing that, hey, I don't think that's grandma, which is rarely the case in Grimm's fairy tales. They're usually complete morons, complete
idiots. Yeah,
but like if it was just another spin on Little Red Riding Hood, it'd be like, okay, but there's a million of those.
Yeah,
so to bring in characters like Aladdin and stuff is that's cool.
Yeah, and like Geppetto is in there. Merlin. Yeah, there's a bunch of others, but the cool thing is that each character is so incredibly different that it feels like a different game most of the time. Like they are vastly different, all of them. So all of the characters have a trait. They have a regular attack, they have a special maneuver, a power maneuver, and a defense maneuver, and then they all have an ultimate move as well that you unlock once you level them up. But they all do completely different things. So, for example, Little Red Riding Hood, the game. So basically, each chapter is set over the course of 3 days. So three day and night cycles, which are timed. So you'll see the sun drifting down as you play around. Don't ask me what the actual time frame is. I think it's like 15 to 20 minutes for 3 days to go by. Like it's relatively quick. And things change based on whether it's day or night. Enemy patterns change, enemy attacks change, so on and so forth, right? Little Red Riding Hood, when you play her, during the day, she is Little Red Riding Hood with 2 daggers, and she has a very specific move set. As soon as night falls, she turns into the big bad wolf.
And so completely she's a werewolf in this.
Yeah. Completely changes her moveset, and you have to adapt on the fly. It's not something you choose. It's just as soon as nighttime changes, you go, and then you change back when the day. Yeah, you have to work with it. So that's like one example. And then like, let's see who else. The Snow Queen is all about freezing enemies with her trait, and then like shattering them for super damage. Geppetto is all about creating puppets that attract enemies' attention. So they're away from him. So he doesn't really do much, like in terms of attacking himself. He just basically puts the puppets out there and buffs them, and that kind of gameplay style. So they all have incredibly different gameplay styles, entirely different talent trees that you level up on. And then there's also common items and magical objects that you can obtain to enhance your builds as well. The reason I really wanted to bring it up, though, was because they added a pair of characters, Romeo and Juliet, that when you play in co-op, they are directly linked to one another. So we tried playing them just to see what it was like. We were like, this is not going to go well, because you basically have to really sync up in how you play, because 2 of your attacks directly require the other one to acknowledge that you're using that attack. So, for example, Romeo has basically like a rapier and does a lot of like stabby attacks, and she has like a pistol. Juliet has like a pistol that she uses. But one of, I think it's their special attack, is they come together for a kiss, which creates like an explosion, like an AoE type explosion. But the player that's playing Romeo or the player that's playing Juliet has to initiate it, and then the other one has to accept it. And then the 2 characters, wherever they are, come together immediately, and that's when the kiss happens, and that's when the explosion happens. So you kind of have to position yourself in a perfect spot so that the AoE hits as many enemies as it can, because it does huge damage, but it requires coordination between the 2 players. And then the ultimate for them is they come together for like a waltz, basically, and they automatically move. So you can't stop. They automatically move, but they move together between the 2 controllers. So if Romeo's pressing up and Juliet's pressing down, they kind of like argue against each other. So you kind of have to figure out where you both want to go and kind of guide them. because otherwise it turns them in different ways. But it does huge damage as well. So if you can sync up with who you're playing with, they are beast mode good. Like they do huge damage. But it requires that like constant communication, right? Mm-hmm. And then their trait is that they can sacrifice 15% of their health to give 200% health back to the other person. So you can basically constantly
heal each other. That's not how that worked in the story, but
yeah, exactly.
But I understand what they're going for there.
Yeah. So there's this constant like working together, and then like Romeo can throw out this rose that does AoE damage, but she can use her pistol to shoot it, and then it explodes, causing AoE damage. So it's like this dance that you're constantly doing with each other. It's super innovative and it works really well. As long as you have two people that can really come together and make that happen. Otherwise, there's no real point to playing them alone. You don't, because you don't have the benefits of the other person. I didn't get to play Merlin. He's locked behind DLC, but all the other characters are in the base game, which is pretty cool. So really enjoying it. It's not a long game. It's only 3 chapters. So basically, there's 3 days, and at the end of the 3 days in that chapter, you face off against a boss. If you beat that boss, you go on to chapter 2. You get another 3 days to, roam the map, get as much XP as you can, as much gold as you can to buff yourself up as much as you can, face another boss, so on and so forth, until you beat the game. We have not beat it yet. We have... did we beat the second boss once? We pretty consistently beat the first boss. The second boss, I think we may have beat once, maybe. And then the third chapter just obliterated us. But the more you play, the more your character levels up outside of the runs, and you unlock more talents so that you can more specifically get your hone in on the build that you want to get. So highly recommend. It was on sale for like $15, so we picked it up, and it's well worth $15. It's fantastic, and it's up to 4 players. It
sounds interesting.
It's really, really good. I'll have a final review for it when we get to that point. But really enjoying it. Really, really cool game. And that's all I got. And I got to be quick with Pragmata because I have Mouse PI for Hire and Saros waiting in the wings for me at the library. Okay. So I gotta get going on Pragmata. And then once my buddy and I are done with Ravenswatch, I think we're moving on to... Well, it depends on when that is, but Valheim is probably the next one when that comes out.
Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you want the podcast edition of the show, YouTube Music is where you go. You can get the video edition, just like you're watching here, or you can get the audio-only edition, although we recommend the video edition so that you can see all of the content that we're talking about on screen to get an idea of the things that we're talking about. Plus, you get to see my pretty face. YouTube Music. That's where you go. All right, Andrew, I love doing this to you every single week. It never gets old. But do you know what time it is?
I'm going to say peanut butter jelly time.
You've never guessed that before.
I can't possibly lose because I can't possibly win.
Yep, it's always peanut butter and jelly time.
It's the ultimate counter to your chicanery.
I like it. No, well, yes, it is peanut butter jelly time. But it's also happy birthday, video games. Happy birthday. Because by the time this goes up, it'll be August. No, it won't. It'll be the 27th, but by the time
into August.
We'll be into August. Yeah, we'll be into August by the time we record the next one. So let's talk about the video games that are celebrating birthdays in August 2026. Starting with E for Everyone. Remember that game? It was great.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah. Everyone played it.
Everyone played it.
That's what it was for.
Yes. Overcooked is turning 10 years old. Did you ever play this one?
No, because it looked like it was designed specifically to manufacture stress, and so I said, "Fuck no." Especially because it's multiplayer, and so you're relying on other people.
Yeah, so I've played it alone, which is don't do that. That if you want to piss yourself off and blame yourself, do that. That's really a good way of doing that.
It's exactly why I've never played this game, because it just looks like this is exactly the sort of thing that I would hate. Even though, like, I know that a lot of people have a lot of fun with it.
Shared controller mode. Oh my god, that would be.
Fuck no.
That's no.
That's
no.
for psychos.
That's for just
somebody who likes doing that is
masochists.
100% guaranteed to be a serial killer.
Yeah, it's over. But I have played it in 2-player and 3-player mode. 2-player mode works actually quite well because there's only one person that you're communicating with. But yeah, 3 and 4, have fun with that. But it is a really fun game that my buddy and I played to completion. We kind of had our fill, though. They ended up making Overcooked 2, and then they made like an Overcooked 1-2 remake at some point called All You Can Eat. Didn't play that one, but Overcooked 1 is fantastic.
I bet this game would be traumatizing for people who have worked in professional kitchens.
Probably. What do you mean we're making food on a car?
I've heard that show The Bear is apparently like really upsetting for people who've worked in cooking professionally, because it's apparently pretty accurate to the stress of working in a real kitchen, and they're just like, I can't watch this. It's just it's too
stressful.
Real.
It's too real.
Yeah.
Next game on our 10 years old list, we've already mentioned No Man's Sky. Turning 10 years old next month. I'm surprised we haven't heard any 10th anniversary super duper special. Maybe they're waiting to the last minute.
Or maybe they just don't want to remind people of like, hey, this started 10 years ago. Remember how it started out really bad? Well, not really bad, but not great. Definitely a flat experience compared to what it is now, what it was supposed to be.
Yeah. The T-Rex. The T-Rex.
Oh, yeah. The fucking T-Rex.
The T-Rex.
That video is great.
Yeah, it is. It's fantastic. So that's it for 10 years old. Let's move on to 20.
It's good now. It's been out for 10 years, and it's been good for 8 of them.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. Turning to 20 years old, we're going back to the 360. 360. Starting with Dead Rising. The original.
Oh, this game's great.
Dead Rising. So I think I played the demo, and that was it.
I fucking love this game.
I know it's super popular. That's a lot of zombies. Good lord. That's a lot of fucking zombies. Yeah.
This was a game that exchanged the 360's power, not for graphical quality, but for having all those zombies.
Quantity. Yeah.
Yeah, because in terms of like how it, like you don't really get a good sense of it from this video, but actually playing the game, it doesn't really look any better than like top tier original Xbox games. Like, I wouldn't say that it especially looks better than something like Splinter Cell Chaos Theory, which is one of the best looking games on the original Xbox. But that's because it rather than putting like thousands of extra polygons into every character model, they use it to have more character models. So it's like last gen detailed character models, but now we can have like 200 of them on screen instead of 20.
They did the same thing on a game from Sega called Viking Battle for Asgard. Do you remember that game?
No, because that's a super generic name. But
it is super generic. It was part of their what did they call it? It was some sort of like the V project or something like that. So I
remember something about that.
Yeah, they made Vanquish, Valkyria Chronicles, and Viking.
Oh, that yeah.
Viking obviously being the dud.
I guess compared to Valkyria Chronicles, it must not have done super well, because Valkyria Chronicles got like 3 sequels.
Yeah, and Vanquish was really good. I loved Vanquish. I liked Viking, but it was definitely not a great game. But it was cool though. So it was like a third person action adventure game, kind of Fable like, but very linear. Where you do a bunch of like tasks to prepare for the Viking War that's coming up, and then you do the Viking War. But the Viking War itself is like, there's like hundreds of Vikings on screen at once, and you're battling through them all. Like, it's hard to describe. I wish maybe I'll get some video of it at some point. It's pretty intense. The only thing that sucked about it was the frame rate dropped like a rock when you went into those battles.
Well, it was a 360.
Yeah, but it was amazing. It was amazing at the time.
One of the other cool things about this game is that it's got some of the best achievements in any game I've ever played. So there's an achievement in this game called Zombie Genocider. And the way you get it, so when you first fly into the shopping mall, you pass the sign, the sign that's outside of cities that it's like now entering city of whatever, population, whatever.
Yep.
If you kill a number of zombies equal to the population of the town, you get an achievement. And not only do you get an achievement, but you get rewards for it. So that unlocks the Mega Buster.
Do you remember what the number was?
It was like 60-something thousand.
Jesus. That's a lot of zombies. So
in order to do it, you have to dedicate an entire play session of it, basically, because the game is 3 days long. Each day is 2 hours long, 1 hour of daylight, 1 hour of night. And you basically have to dedicate all 6 of those hours.
Oh, so the game has a time limit?
Yep, the game has a time limit.
Ooh.
You do multiple runs on this game. This is not a game you play once and you're done with. Your character progression stays. Like you'll notice that in the corner the character has a level. That level is persistent across playthroughs. So you'll unlock more health pips, you'll unlock new attacks.
Interesting.
All sorts of stuff.
Very arcadey.
Yeah, it's great. But in order to get that, you basically have to go into the underground parking lot and then just pick up cars and drive through hordes of zombies.
Yeah.
I've done it though.
Yeah,
I've done it though. Yeah, and that Mega Buster is great because it's a one-hit kill for everything, including bosses.
Ooh, it's worth it. They did a remaster for this game, didn't they? Like a remake?
I believe so. I haven't played that, but
this looks hilarious.
Oh yeah, this game is totally this game is totally absurd.
Oh god.
You can dress up in women's clothes and walk around with the little Lego heads from the surf bots in Mega Man Legends.
Dream come true.
Yeah, and let me tell you, all the serious moments in the game are like completely go out the window when you have that fucking surf bot head.
Oh no!
Yeah, that.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah, like there'll be like a really dramatic moment.
Oh my
yeah, those are your special moves.
Fucking karate man over here.
Yeah, you'll have like a really dramatic cinematic and his head just pokes into the screen and he's wearing that fucking surfbot head and it takes all the gravitas out of the scene. I love it.
Maybe I should play the remaster. See what that's like.
It's a good game, man. It's really, really good. I had so much fucking fun with it.
Also turning 20 years old is another game I haven't played. You recognize it?
Oh, is this Saints Row?
Yeah, the original Saints Row. Yeah.
I've played Saints Row 2 briefly. I actually have a copy of it kicking around here. But it wasn't I didn't like it as much as Grand Theft Auto. I know it like Saints Row 3 gets really crazy.
Yeah, it's where you get like superpowers or something like that.
I think that's the
is that 4?
Like the 4 maybe. But yeah, Saints Row 3 is apparently really good, but I've never played that. And Saints Row 2 is when it started to get good, but I just wasn't super into it. And Saints Row 1 is apparently just like a GTA clone, so I think that's why it didn't take off until they started to lean into the craziness of it. And now they're not around anymore, so thanks for that.
Yeah. Well, they tried to make that remake, and that game sucked. So, yeah. All right, 30 years old. Let's move on to those. So we got 3.
Wow,
games.
Quote from GamePro. He really is 20 years old.
Yes, it is. All right, starting with Tekken 2, actually, specifically. Tekken 2 for PlayStation 1. I was never a Tekken guy except for Tekken Tag Tournament. I love that game.
Yeah, I liked Tekken 3 and Tekken Tag Tournament, but like I wasn't super into them. They're ones that I played and I was like, oh yeah, this is kind of fun.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Thought it was worth at least mentioning Tekken 2.
Oh, sure, of course.
And then this is, if I can find some actual gameplay. There we go.
Tetris Attack.
Tetris Attack. I think I played this, but I don't really remember specifically.
Well, you've probably, if you haven't played this version, you've probably played some version of it, because this is paneled upon. And there were many versions of this game, like Pokemon Puzzle League on the N64 is another game of this, but with Pokemon theming.
That's probably where I remember this from then, yeah. It also is kind of like Meteos as well. They do the same thing. You just switch blocks.
It's similar. You're matching 3 blocks. Yeah. It's this game in Japan did not have Tetris branding or Yoshi branding. That was exclusively for the international market because,
reasons.
It was stuff that people would be more familiar with.
And then the final game that we're celebrating a birthday for. It was also on Game Boy Advance, I think, right? This one.
Oh yeah. There's been paneled upon on like everything at this point.
Well, apparently everyone sees that, right? There's no next video button. It just disappears sometimes, and then fucking YouTube, fix your shit. Ridiculous. Final game on our list, Jetmoto. Yeah. There's that Mountain Dew advertising.
Yeah, the Mountain Dew that was everywhere in that game.
Yeah. I really like Jetmoto 1 and 2. They were really fun. Yeah. I wouldn't consider them like...
They were pretty good.
Yeah, I wouldn't put them in the pantheon of the best arcade racing games of all time, but they were competent.
They were a fun thing to play.
Yep. They were very, very good.
Yeah. So. Weird like hover jet ski.
Yeah, whatever the heck you. Yeah.
It was like it was realistic enough to not feel too crazy, but also like sci-fi enough to feel kind of crazy.
Wow, driving with a Mountain Dew.
Yeah. Well, you got to make your money somehow, I guess.
Yeah. This may have been one of the earliest like product placement video games.
One of the I know that there are games before this that had. Well, I mean, remember Cool Spot? That whole game was
that's 7-Up ad. It's just a 7-Up game.
Yeah. But this was kind of the era where it got started.
Yep. So that's it. Happy birthday, video games. Thank you for your contributions to the video game industry. Much appreciated. All right. Don't forget to join the Co-op Club Discord community server where you can find myself and so many others talking about gaming, wrestling, and more. Link is in the description. Join today. Greatly
if you wanted to do that, you could have just asked me.
To what?
Do that graphic.
Oh, no, it was fine. It didn't take me long. That's the one that we have actually on the Discord server now. It just, it was fun. All right. Where are we? Where are we in the show? Who knows? Oh, that's right. We are at the Metacritic check-in. Yeah. And there's two games, ladies and gentlemen, two games to talk about. The first one being Nintendo's newest first-party game, Splatoon Raiders, the single-player Splatoon game. And it's doing pretty well. Quite well, in fact. Critically, 81. User score, 92.
Wow. I've been hearing good things about it, but damn.
Yeah, it looks really good to me, but it also kind of looks like I wish it was co-op.
Yeah.
So, every so often there's a game that's single player where I'm like, did this need to be single player? Did it have to be single player only? I don't think it did. I think this could have been had co-op. And who knows, maybe they'll introduce co-op as like an update down the line, but Nintendo's not.
But the whole point of the game was, let's take a game that's almost exclusively multiplayer and then make a single player like entire game around it.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's super likely to happen, but it could.
It just seems like a really arcadey game, so like you would want a friend to come along with you. But yeah, it's doing really well. So congratulations to Nintendo. Surprise, surprise, you have another hit on your hands. Although I'm not sure how well it's selling. We haven't heard sales numbers for it, but critically doing really well.
I mean, it's still new.
It is very new. Came out 3 days ago as of this recording. So we'll see how it fares.
You got to give it that what is it, the quarterly sales window or whatever, the 3 months.
Well, some games release it after like a week if they're doing really well. But Nintendo, yeah, they're pretty shy with sharing information. The other game is, of course, Halo Campaign Evolved, which is in the news for unrelated reasons. But we'll get to that when we get to the news. It's doing decently. 82 critically. For the most part, people are kind of saying it's a lateral movement more than like an upgrade. It's basically...
It's a better looking version of Halo.
Yeah. Now, they have added some pretty neat stuff in it. Like, the original Halo didn't have skulls, and some of the new skulls that they've introduced are pretty impressive. Like, they randomize enemy.
They introduced skulls with Anniversary Edition now.
Right. But some... Oh, yeah, and then they have the 3 new missions, which are being displayed here, which are a prequel. So I don't know how that works. I did confirm that they are a prequel, even though we have Reach. So I'm not sure.
Yeah,
that looks amazing.
We know for the fact that he was on ice. So maybe it goes back way before.
Yeah, maybe it's
like right before.
Yeah, maybe it's before the Autumn left for a mission that got them there. I don't know. Yeah, maybe like the last mission in the prequel, you end up on Reach.
Oh, maybe.
And then it takes off from there. But yeah, it's doing pretty well. I don't know if I want to play it, or I don't know. I think I might.
I don't really care. I've played so much Halo that 3 new missions are not whatever.
They redid a lot of the cutscenes and the voices and all that kind of stuff. So
but
it's kind of a new experience. But gameplay wise,
feel like any of that stuff needed replacing.
No, it didn't. It's obvious. This is just a test bench for them to make the next Halo game. But I do have it in my library list, so I'll check it out at some point. But it's doing really well. And that's it for the Metacritic check-in. Boom. All right. Where are we in the list? Patreon.com/co-op entertainment. Link's at the bottom there. You can support the channel with $1 a month. That's it. Just $1. We would appreciate the help. Helps keeps the lights on. Is that what I said? Helps keeps the lights on. All right. Well, that brings us to the core of our show, the main event, which is, of course, gaming news. And it's kind of a light week.
Mercifully.
Yeah, mercifully. Nothing major. But I have a bunch of stuff to talk about. It's just a lot of little things, little stuff to discuss. So let's get right into it. Actually, before we get to the specific news, as is tradition at the beginning of a month, let's talk about the games that are going to be released in August. Let's see what we can look forward to. Starting with August 4th, we have Beast of Reincarnation, which is Game Freak's newest game, non-Pokemon game. Coming out Windows, PC, PS5, Xbox Series, Beast of Reincarnation. I have no interest in it, but we've talked about it many times. Asian third-person action adventure. There's too many of them. I'm sure it'll be good.
Yeah,
I just don't.
There's a lot, but
yeah, it is what it is.
We go through this kind of stuff occasionally, where we have a whole bunch of a particular thing, and like for what it's worth, this one certainly looks nice.
Yeah,
look at that shit. That looks cool.
And visually impressive for sure. Which is a stark contrast to the Pokemon games, because they look like ass in comparison. So I don't know what happened there. All right, next up, also on August 4th, is Big Walk. The Untitled Goose Game guys, coming to PC, OS X. which is Mac, that native Mac version.
It hasn't been called OS X for a long time.
I think that must just be what Wikipedia uses as the Mac suffix.
Maybe.
Also coming to Switch 2 and PlayStation 5. No Xbox version. Sucks to be them.
Yeah, well, it's entirely their fault for why it sucks to be them. Nobody has brought this on them except for themselves.
Nope.
They are the engineers of their own annihilation.
Yep. This game looks cool. Definitely going to be a Twitch stream type of game, but probably not for me. Let's see what else we got. Final Fantasy 14 is coming to Switch 2 on August 4th as well, which is pretty crazy. That game just keeps on trucking, man. Yep. Lies of P also coming to Switch 2 on August the 6th, but also on August 6th is our next game in our list here, which is Marvel Tokon, the Marvel fighting game being developed by Arc System Works for PC and PlayStation 5.
The insanely cool looking anime Marvel fighting game. God, this shit looks cool.
Yeah, it's going to be phenomenal. I won't play it because I'm not a fighting game fan, but I'm sure it's going to rock
I'm going to enjoy watching people who know what they do playing it because they're gonna do some crazy sick shit.
Absolutely. August 6th, also Restory comes out on PC. That is the game. It's a cozy game where you're fixing electronics. They have like pseudo PlayStation Vitas and MP3 players and iPods and all this kind of stuff in the game. And I played the demo for it. It's pretty cute. If you're into cozy type like fixing things games, Restory, you want to check that out. I don't have it on my list, but I just noticed it in there. Also, Grounded 2. Its early access is expanding to PlayStation 5 for those that are interested on August 11th, which PlayStation doesn't normally get early access games, so that's kind of an interesting little plot point there.
Oh, this reminds me. Have you seen X-Men 97 yet?
No, I have not. It's on my list, man. Right now, I've been catching up on the Mission Impossible movies.
Oh, wow.
Because they're finally done, so I was just like, I should finally just watch all those. So I'm up to the last one. I just watched Dead Reckoning, which is unbelievably good. I couldn't believe how good that was. That is one of the best suspense thriller action movies I've ever seen. That was amazing. And I'm a big fan of Ghost Protocol, which was Mission Impossible 4. That's phenomenal as well. But man, Dead Reckoning. Woo! I don't know how they're gonna outdo it with the final movie, but I'll be watching that soon. Let's see what else we got. Oh yeah, a game that I played the demo for and talked about on this very show, Rivage. This was the one that's the time loop game.
Yeah,
where you're trapped in the time loop and you're having to do puzzle solving based on time mechanics and stuff like that, and just an absolutely gorgeous visual artistic style, just unbelievable attention to detail. It's kind of mind-blowing. So highly recommend you check that out. There is a demo on Steam. Otherwise, the full game comes out August 13th to PC, PS5, and Xbox Series. August 13th. Also on August 13th is the Star Fox Ode game, Wild Blue Skies. Well, Blue Skies coming to PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series. Everything but Nintendo.
That's odd. Yeah.
Maybe they were a little afraid.
This is one of the people from the old Star Fox team who's working on this, right? Wasn't that this one?
I believe so. Yep.
Oh, wow. And you even pick up like a golden shape for recovering health. Yeah. I can see why they didn't want to put this on the
Switch. Yeah.
Probably do its best business, but whatever.
Yeah. Well,
and this game looks nice as well.
Yeah, it's very, very, very pretty.
Yeah,
I played the demo for it.
Top notch here. Also, that right there, that is a shot that is, I'm almost positive was pulled straight out of Macross, because that looked like, I'm sure that I saw that in the original Macross at some point, which of course they'd reference that. It's like doing the bike slide from Akira, where the person slides on the bike away from the camera. Yeah.
Yep.
It's like, you got to do it. Yeah, that's totally a shot from Macross. Yeah.
Yeah, I played the demo. The opening or the level in the demo is literally the Corneria level. So
yeah, of course.
I'm assuming that's why they didn't go on Switch. They didn't want to gather attention that might involve lawyers.
Yeah. Also, Nintendo probably wouldn't appreciate that when they just launched their sandbox remake.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see what else we got. Anything else? Mortal Shell 2, August 20th, Windows PC, PS5, Xbox Series. I wasn't a big fan of the first one, but obviously it sold well enough to garner a sequel. Aliens Fireteam Elite 2, August 25th.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, it's a three. So, you remember the first one though? It was three player.
It was like Left 4 Dead, but aliens.
Yeah, three player Left 4 Dead kind of a game. Yeah, that's got a sequel. Yeah. August 25th. I keep wanting to go back and try this game. This is Once Human. I don't know why we're seeing first person stuff here. It's not a first person game.
Oh, maybe it's a cinematic or something. Maybe it is a first person game now.
No. What the?
Well, I mean, that's what we're seeing.
This is... Wait, hold on.
Is this a different thing? No, this is it.
What the heck? I played this game on PC when it came out, and it was third person, almost MMO-like. This looks completely different. What the fuck is this?
Maybe it has a first person mode?
I'm gonna have to look into this.
Okay.
Because I was super interested in this game because I played it when it was like in early access or something like that, and I was like,
it's had time to change.
It's like genres. That would be interesting.
There's third person. It's probably got both. It's like Resident Evil Requiem. You could probably choose.
Maybe. This looks.
I mean, I would want to do the shooting in first person.
This looks nothing like what I remember, like at all. I'm gonna. It's
kind of cool though.
Yeah. So basically, the story is that like there's some sort of magic that has created creatures. Yeah. So some sort of magic that's created creatures out of objects. So like all of the enemies in the game are like objects that you would find in real life, which is why you're seeing like teddy bears and all kinds of crazy stuff. I don't remember base building either. Wow. Okay, yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to check this game out.
You played it in early access, bro?
I don't remember any of this in early access. This is crazy.
Well, because it was early access, and it wasn't
real early access. Yeah, real early access. I remember like Pokemon type elements where you had like creatures that helped you and stuff. I don't know. This is crazy. My mind's blown, but it's coming to consoles on August 25th, as you can see there. PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series. So
that is a cool graphic there with them walking on the tentacle. Like that alone makes me go, I should check this out.
Oh, there.
Yeah, just that. Like that looks so fucking cool, man.
Yeah,
a good title card.
It is. Yeah. So Once Human, August 25th.
That should be on the game's fucking box.
I could have sworn it was an MMO, but it's classified here as a survival looter shooter. Oh, looter shooter is kind of a modern MMO. Okay, so there's that. Is there anything else? Oh, yes, there's a little game called Metal Gear Solid 4 that's finally being re-released and ported. So this is Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 2, which includes Metal Gear Solid 4 and Peace Walker.
I fucking forgot about the Mount Rushmore thing there. Totally forgot that.
Dude,
I did not forget the homoerotic scene between Ocelot and Snake, though.
I've completely forgotten 90% of the game. I remember the ending.
Nanomachines. It's all nanomachines.
Nanomachines, yeah. I remember the extremely automated final sequence where they're like hand-to-hand combat on the boat or something like that.
Yeah, and it goes through like the different eras, and the user interface is different.
Oh my god,
the MGS1 user interface and stuff.
Very Hideo. And I remember the guy that shits in the box. That's the only other thing I remember.
Yeah, but this time he shits in the barrel this time.
Oh, he's in a barrel. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Master Collection Volume 2 comes out on PC, Switch.
Peace Walker is so good.
Yeah. PC, Switch 1, Switch 2, PS5, and Xbox Series.
Are they really going to run MGS4 on the Switch 1?
Apparently. I mean, it was a PS3 game, so Switch is definitely more powerful than PS.
It's also like one of the games that totally utilizes the PS3, and that's a weird piece of hardware.
Yeah.
Why it's taken so long to get ported elsewhere.
No. August 27th for that one. A lot of games coming out on August 27th. Including Resonance, A Plague Tale Legacy, coming out on August 27th for...
Oh, that guy got it bad.
Yeah, PC...
I think one would have been sufficient, but she went in for the double. Gotta make sure.
Gotta make sure he's down. PC, PS5, Xbox Series. This game looks really good. And a complete departure from the first two Plague Tale games. So
no kidding. There's no child that you're escorting through the rats.
Yeah, you can actually fight and fight well. Like, it looks really good.
Shit.
Yeah. Very, very visually impressive. So keeping
an
eye
now
on
it's
that
Rise,
one.
Son of Rome.
Did you hear about the fact that they had planned on that being like a series?
Yeah.
What's with these companies doing that before a game even hits? So ridiculous.
Yeah. Too human.
They were like, yeah, we were going to go to like all types of different time periods, and no, you weren't. Yeah. So what was the game going to be called? Just Rise? And then all the games would have subtitles for the various time frames. Fucking weird.
Remember that was their plan with the Mortal Kombat Mythologies branding?
Oh, Sub-Zero. Fuck, that game sucked.
Yeah, and then they put out the one game, and it was like...
Yeah, the game was terrible.
They tried again, though. They had... what was that game? Shaolin Monks or whatever?
Oh my god,
the co-op,
yeah.
Liu Kang, and yeah.
I don't know what they were thinking.
Yeah, just stick to fighting games. Which is a lesson that they've learned because the last few Mortal Kombat games have all done really, really well.
Yep.
Dude, that reminds me. I looked up some footage from Mortal Kombat 2. I watched the Johnny Cage versus Baraka fight.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun.
Yeah, you should watch those movies. They're really good.
Yeah, I should. Yeah. I saw that and I was like, okay, yeah, I definitely need to see this whole movie because that was fun.
Yeah. 1 and 2 are very, very good. Very, very good. This is Star Wars Zero Company, also coming out on August 27th for Windows, PS5, and Xbox Series. It is the XCOM Star Wars game, basically. Mm-hmm. And it's being co-developed by BitReactor and Respawn. So, see how that turns out. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then finally, Elden Ring Tarnished Edition for Switch 2 finally comes out on August 28th. The DLC that the Tarnished Edition gets on Switch 2 will also be available on all other platforms where Elden Ring is available. So check that out. I guess it's like additional weapons, I think.
Yeah, probably.
Some classes, starting classes. So
cool. just some little additions.
I don't think they were too little.
If you haven't played Elden Ring yet and want a game that will last you for 5 million years with the sheer amount of content it has, go get that because it's 2 games in one. That and the Shadow of the Erd Tree DLC, which is basically an entire second game. Yeah. That game is not lacking for things to do.
No. Yeah, the bonus content is 2 new starting classes with unique starting gear, so completely new weapons. 4 new armor sets, including extra cosmetic armor pieces tied to the new classes, and also some classic callbacks, which I'm assuming means to Dark Souls, probably.
Dark Souls, Demon Souls, Bloodborne stuff.
Torrent customization, so you can change the look of your spectral steed for the first time.
Oh!
Mm-hmm. And then a whole host of new weapons and gear, additional baseline weapons, equipment, and more. So there you go.
Oh, okay.
And it's $5 USD for the DLC pack. So if you want to get that,
am I going to play Elden Ring again, despite the fact that like my first appearance on this show way back when was like an hour and a half of me bitching about how much I hate Elden Ring, even though I spent like 1 million hours playing.
It was specifically Shadow of the Erd Tree, not Elden Ring specifically.
But Elden Ring was also kind of pissing me off. Shadow of the Erd Tree was like, okay, now they've just gone all, but like,
that game's amazing.
It's amazing, and it pisses me off. I have a very unhealthy relationship with Elden Ring.
I convinced my buddy to play it, and he's never played a Souls game, and he's like he's addicted to it. He's addicted to it. He loves it.
It's such a cruel thing to do to a person.
But it's so good.
They're gonna go in not knowing all the shit that the game will pull.
Yeah. Well, I suggested skipping the the Shadow of the Earth tree because of how ridiculous it is. Because I didn't even bother with it because I was like, if I was this pissed off at some of these bosses, I would be extra pissed off at Shadow of the Earth tree. So.
Yeah, but it's also like it's really beautiful. It's really gorgeous,
no doubt.
And that's half the reason I play these games is because like From Software is like completely and utterly unmatched in creating an engaging atmosphere where like just the whole world, like you just feel it bearing down on you.
I feel like we're due for an announcement for a new game from them soon. It's been a while.
Well, there's the signups for the Dustbloods, which I didn't do because I was like, oh, I should do this. And then I waited like a few days and then I was going to do it. And I saw it was like, oh, they'll be accepted in order of application.
Oh,
and
you'll never get in.
Oh, it's been 3 days, but those slots are full. There's no point in doing it.
Not only that, but it's a multiplayer game, like an open world multiplayer game. It's not what I want from them. I want Elden Ring 2. With full co-op, by the way. If Elden Ring 2 does not have a full integrated co-op, go fuck yourself. Come on. Enough of this fucking item invite bullshit in Souls games, guys. Let's do some actual co-op. I'm sure that
there will be an Elden Ring too, because like they put so much work into that game world. There's no way they're not going to use it again. No, like not 100%. Specifically that level geometry like they did with Tears of the Kingdom, like Nintendo did there, but like into that setting. I mean, like
100%.
There's going to be an Elden Ring.
There's so much lore to explore. There's just it's so deep. Yeah. They could even just fast forward to after the player has become the Elden Lord, and what happens at 1,000 years later. Like who knows? Yeah. All right, now let's actually get into the news. That was a lot. August is a busy month. It's all these games getting out of the way of GTA. Gotta stay ahead of the game. All right. I think it's been playing already because, fuck me. But we have gotten official confirmation of the release date. Why is it not playing? Jesus Christ. We've gotten official confirmation of the release date for God of War Lao Fei, which is actually not how you say it. Apparently, it's like Lao Fei. Lao Fei. I heard someone say it, and I can't replicate it. It's really difficult. Terrible name for a game, by the way. There was probably a million other names you could have named it, and it would be better. But February 16th, not far away at all. I would never have guessed that it was February 16th. I would have bet fall 2027 at the earliest. And honestly, let's just be real. It could be delayed. It could be delayed. So, but that's a lot sooner than I thought. Than I thought. So that's interesting.
I mean, we were thinking like 2028, but then when they said it will have a disc, which means that it has to be in 2027,
that kind of gave up the ghost. Yeah.
Yeah, but February is still like that's way sooner than I would have thought.
Way sooner. Yeah.
They must have been working on this thing in the background for a while.
Yeah, they must have as soon as Ragnarok was done, they just jumped on it right away, or maybe it was already in pre-production with a B team. Honestly,
yeah, it could have been.
Yeah. How do I want to say this? The thing that's confusing to me is why they announced the game without a release year. There was just no release year on the initial announcement trailer. It's like, if you knew it was that early, why wouldn't you have just said 2027 instead of like letting people guess? It's a little strange. Weird. Yeah. That I found weird. Like clearly you were certain it was coming out next year, so like why not do that? The other thing they announced though is that they technically have already announced the follow-up to this game, which is a direct sequel, which will be led by Kratos. So there will be another Kratos game, and it will be a direct follow-up to Laufey. So I think they're doing that because of the mixed reaction to Laufey. And so they're like, you kind of got to play this if you like the Kratos games, because you're going to need to know what the fuck happened in this if you want to play the next one.
I feel like they were probably always going to do a third one with Kratos.
Yeah, but apparently, like, this is crucial storytelling to understand the next one with Kratos. So whatever that means, I don't know. I still find it weird to do it in this order, but I'm sure it'll make sense when I play
Probably.
it. So that's cool. No release date or name or anything for the Kratos led game. Obviously, they'll wait until maybe E3 next year to reveal what that is. Although we still don't know where the God of War remake comes into play with all this. So that's a lot. That's a lot of God of War. That's a lot of God of War. All right, let's move on. Steam Deck. Right now, it looks like Steam Deck sales are, quote, cratering, selling up to...
Well, I mean, given the price increase, they naturally would.
82% fewer units than it did last year.
Yeah. And this has got to be, like, really shitty for them because, like, you know that we were, before the RAM crisis happened at least, closer to a new Steam Deck than we were further away from it, right? Like we were past the halfway point of this iteration, and like they got to be working on the Steam Deck 2, and they're probably gearing up to have a big price drop to clear out Steam Deck 1s for, Steam Deck 2, and then the RAM crisis happened, and now the Steam Deck price has gone up and not down like they surely wanted it.
And not even that, not even considering the fact that the ROG Xbox Ally is more powerful and roughly the same price. So, like, why would you buy a Steam Deck when it's that much older? There's no advantage unless you like the trackpads. I guess that's the only.
Well, there is the deep integration with Steam OS.
I guess, but I mean, what is the? We all have PCs and are fine with just using Steam as an app. So, like, it's not that big a deal.
Well, apparently, it is less resource demanding than running Windows 11 on the ROG Ally.
Oh, no doubt.
So there's that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the game compatibility will be better on the ROG Ally because it's just running native Windows apps. And I mean, there's nothing stopping you from installing SteamOS on the Ally. It's not. It hasn't been like certified, I don't think. Valve is working on an initiative to be like, hey, if you've got, if your hardware is like at this level, it's this or above, you should have no trouble running SteamOS and stuff like that. Because I mean, it is just, a Linux distribution, so it is open source and freely available. It's just that it's like pre-configured and set up and optimized for this hardware out of the box, which is why the Steam Deck is a smoother experience for SteamOS than just doing it yourself. But it can be done. Something
also to keep in mind is that the Xbox Ally X has not seen a price increase yet. Keyword yet. So for now, it's a better deal to go with the Xbox Ally. But will that remain the case for very much longer? Probably not, but we will see.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't imagine them doing Steam Deck 2 for another 2 or 3 years. Like, why?
Yeah,
why?
This is, and the specs for that thing are like in a document on Gabe Newell's computer or something.
Oh, yeah.
Like
it's ready to go.
They must have had it all spec'd out and just waiting for the prices on those components to get to a point where they can do it sustainably. And now it's all just fucked. It's all just completely fucked up.
Yeah. All right. Next up.
I feel bad for about the company that makes billions of dollars and whose owner has 2 yachts? Or is it just the one? He is a yacht owner.
Yeah, well.
He doesn't need me to feel bad. Ooh, this got to be Stalker 2 stuff.
Kind of, yeah. I'm surprised you haven't heard about this stuff. I don't think it's like ground shaking or anything like that, but I thought it was worth talking about. So this is a 2-part story. So the original story reads as follows. The founder of Stalker 2 developer GameWorld has said the game turned a profit before it even came out, thanks to the money Microsoft paid for Xbox exclusivity. In an interview, GameWorld founder Sergey Grigorachev, that's completely butchered, said that Microsoft was so impressed by the number of views the debut Stalker 2 trailer received that it soon got in touch with the Ukraine company to negotiate terms for exclusivity. Quote, we took more than the cost of Stalker 2. Hold on, this is a bad quote. Hold on. Quote, we took more than the cost of Stalker 2, he said, who has since left GameWorld to make a new game with a new studio. Quote, it paid for itself before the first day, end quote. Xbox was heavily involved with Stalker 2, which was made amid Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine. It snapped up timed console exclusivity and a day-one launch on Game Pass, while also helping to produce and market the game, as well as a making-of documentary, which you should go watch because it was really good.
Very, very good documentary.
Very good.
And I don't fault GSC for taking the money. Normally, I'm like, they just bought console exclusivity. Considering the circumstances that they were in, I do not fault them at all.
No.
Like they had to move their development team out of the country.
Yeah.
Because of how dangerous it was. So, and also a bunch of their employees went and volunteered to fight, and some of them have not come back and won't come back. They have when you finish the game and you look at the credits.
Oh, is there like a rest in peace kind of a?
The names of people who have died in the conflict are marked. Brutal. Yeah. Oh, those folks have been through a lot, so I don't fault them for taking the money. Like this is the time to do that. Like this is a situation where that may very well have saved the game.
Yeah, for sure. In fact, Stalker 2 was a sales success, hitting 1 million copies in just 2 days, and has so far surpassed 6 million players. Cost of Hope, the first major story expansion for Stalker 2, launches in the summer.
I'm gonna have to start a whole new game because, like, not to spoil the ending or stuff, but there's at least for the ending I got, there's no path forward for my character.
Well, the expansion might not be like the end. Like it might be like in the middle of the game.
Yeah, but then I'd have to start a new game because there's also a point of no return in the story where you cannot go back into the open world while you're in the final like area. So yeah, I'd have to start a new. But with all the stuff that they've added since launch, like I
still would like to play it. I still would like to get to it at some point.
You've got a computer that can do it now. Mouse keyboard controls.
Well, I'm not a mouse keyboard guy.
You can just plug in an Xbox or PlayStation controller, then do that.
It's true. I've got a rechargeable battery pack for my PC controller now, so it's cool. What's his name? Sergey. Sergey did not say how much Microsoft paid for the exclusivity, nor how much Stalker 2 cost to develop, but his comments do shine a light on Microsoft's gaming philosophy when it was building up its content portfolio to help boost interest in Game Pass. Now, I did say that this was a two-parter. This is where it gets a little weird.
Okay. Weird me up.
GameWorld has taken issue with founder Sergey's recent comments about the money the company allegedly received for Stalker 2 Xbox exclusivity, insisting they, quote, cannot be considered an accurate reflection of the actual state of affairs, end quote. In a statement issued to IGN, GameWorld said the company's owner, Max Kripa, funded the majority of the development budget. GameWorld did not detail the nature of the company's deal with Microsoft for exclusivity, how much money it received as part of the deal, nor confirm Stalker 2's development budget. But here's their statement.
Yeah, that'll be NDA for sure. There's no way they'd ever be able to disclose how much Microsoft paid for it, because what'll happen then is if people know, then other developers trying to negotiate will have power, like a leg up at the negotiating table, and Microsoft wants to set those terms themselves.
Yeah. Here's their statement in full. GameWorld refrained from commenting for a long time on Sergey's public statements about the company. However, we now consider it necessary to respond, as continued silence may be perceived as confirmation of information that's simply not true. In particular, his recent claims, including his statements regarding the relationship between Stalker 2 and the Xbox teams, do not reflect the actual facts. In accordance with the agreements reached between the parties, Sergey was not involved either in negotiations with partners regarding Stalker 2 or in the actual development of the game throughout its full production cycle. We have always fully honored these agreements on our side. For this reason, his comments regarding the company's activities cannot be considered an accurate reflection of the actual state of affairs. The development of Stalker 2 became one of the most challenging projects in the history of the video game industry. We believe the story of this game should be based on facts, not on assumptions or subjective opinions. We're sincerely grateful to everyone who made the game's release possible. The defenders of Ukraine, our players, our partners, and of course the company's owner, Max Kripa, again, sorry if I'm butchering that, who funded the majority of the development budget. We hope that such public statements will not distract attention from what truly matters to the team today. GameWorld is currently putting the finishing touches on a significant update for Stalker 2, as well as its first large-scale story DLC. We'll be sharing more details very soon. So, why would Sergey say that Microsoft paid such a large amount for the game that they turned a profit for if he didn't know? Yeah, like what?
Yeah, I don't know. That's very strange.
And also, why would GameWorld feel the need to put out a statement calling him a liar? Basically, it just
they for that they want things they don't want things to be put in the wrong context.
But I mean, like nothing he said to me was like.
No, but
like wrong or egregious. It just felt like.
Well, I mean, if it's factually wrong, they again, when they're making deals with people in the future, they don't want, for example, he said, "Oh, Microsoft funded the development of the entire game. It was already profitable by before it even come out." If they're making deals with like publishers or whatever in the future, they, people might walk away or might not even come to the negotiating table if they think, oh, they're going to ask us for enough money to fund the entire game before it's even come out. They might be discouraged by that. They might think, oh, GSC asks for too much. We're not even going to talk to them. So it could potentially paint them in a bad light. So there's that. There's also just the fact that you don't want rumors to spread, especially if those rumors are not true, because they can get taken out of context and it lead to all sorts of false assumptions. And then there we are again, where people are making the wrong kind of assumptions about them. It's just better to set the record straight. But obviously, what they're talking about, with regards to like exact amounts of money, like I said, 100% under NDA. There's no way that Microsoft would ever let them say, yeah, this was the dollar value they gave us. So they can't really lay out what those actual figures are. So they just have to say what he said is not accurate.
I think it's just weird. Like they're both being very vague, and I understand. Yeah. I understand what you're saying about like not giving specific numbers, but like what, like I don't know. I just don't understand what they have a problem with him saying. Like, are they offended that he said that because of the amount of money that Max Kripa put into developing the game?
That's probably a part of it. It also kind of does take away a little bit of focus from all the people who worked so fucking hard to make this game happen.
Yeah, that's true.
Or it's like, oh yeah, the game was already paid for by the time it was done. It's like that makes it seem like Microsoft is the hero of the story, and while they definitely helped out by spotting them that much money. It does kind of pull the focus away from all the people who worked their asses off on this game. So I can understand them taking issue with it being phrased like that. It's a weird thing that guy would say that stuff if it's not accurate. And I can understand wanting to come out and say, yeah, that's not accurate.
My only thought is maybe what he meant was that at the time that Xbox stepped in and made that payment, it was instantly profitable from that point. Maybe that's specifically what he meant. Because that would make sense. If you've already put in, if Max Kripa, again, sorry if I'm butchering your name, already put in a significant amount of money to the development of the game, and then Xbox stepped in and gave him this huge extra piece of money, it would have boosted them. Out. Yeah, maybe that's what he meant, and maybe he just came off the wrong way. It just seems odd.
So maybe he said it in a weird way. Maybe the interview has been translated incorrectly because he probably gave that interview. There's all sorts of things it could be, and because it's so vague, it's hard to figure out exactly what the issue is. It's just strange, but I can understand them wanting to set the record straight in so much as they did or didn't.
Yeah. Okay.
Just saying,
right.
Just saying this is not accurate it seems like it's all they can say, without getting into tons of detail that they may not be able to give. But
yeah, thought it was weird.
Weird situation.
Yep. All right, let's move on.
This game's gorgeous.
Yes, it is. Amazon boss Jeffrey Gaddis, I believe is how you say his name. Why are all these people's last names hard to say? Is it Gaddis? Gattis? I don't know. Confirmed that while
he probably knows, but we don't.
Well, yeah, he knows. Jeffrey Gaddis had an interview with the Game Business confirming that Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis, the Tomb Raider 1 remake, is due out February 12th, 2027. However, the sequel to the long-running franchise, Tomb Raider Catalyst, has been delayed to 2028. It was originally due out later in 2027. And that's
games in 1 year, man. You can't be doing that. It's how people get fatigued on stuff.
I just, it's so weird when companies say, yeah, it's coming out in 2027, and then like 6 months later, they're like, yeah, nah, 2028. It's just like, what?
Yeah, but at the same time, it's also kind of par for the course.
Yeah, well, it's just, these companies got to stop.
Yeah, just stop giving dates that you're not sure about. Give us like it's coming maybe in 2 years, whatever.
Yeah,
who knows?
Not even that. Don't even put a date on it. Like they literally put a date in the trailer. Saying, look, there, look at that.
Yeah. Don't do that.
Like,
don't do that if
you're
not 100% sure.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Just like even if they thought it was gonna, it shouldn't. Like getting
too far
pushed
away.
back is good because you don't want to put these games out too close together. Hell, I think 2028 is probably still too recent. Give people a little bit of time, to be like, oh man, I'm kind of hungry for
itching for Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
Well, Tomb Raider 1, the remake is apparently like a lot closer to a 1-to-1 remake than we thought it was. I watched like not a documentary, like a behind the scenes vignette that they did on like the movement of Lara Croft and how accurate it is to the original game. And I was like, huh. And that would explain why her like shooting was not up to par. So I think this is like a not a 1-to-1 remake in terms of level design or anything like that, because it looks really different.
It's not like Metal Gear Delta.
No, it's
new graphics running over the old game.
That's what it looked. That's what it's starting to feel like. Whereas Catalyst is like a whole new spiel, whole new thing. So I don't know. These companies just have to stop. Don't give it. If you want to reveal your game, then do it like fucking Laufey, where they didn't put a date on it, even though they knew it was coming out in the next 6 months.
They knew, and they should have put it there. But
they
knew. They actually knew.
They actually knew. So it's not that big a deal. But it was like that was just kind of a strange. Laufey's just strange because it's like. Yeah. You know what? Laufey may have just been a situation where they were waiting on the GTA thing and seeing where everyone else lied. Like maybe that game was. Yeah, maybe that game was due out this fall, and they were like, let's just wait. Let's just wait. And that's why, like, maybe it had a release date in the trailer, and they scrubbed it at the last second. They were like, let's wait. Possible. Yeah. So companies just fucking figure shit out. All right, look ahead a little bit further before you do stuff. All right, so that's the Tomb Raider news. We said we would talk about Halo Campaign Evolved a little bit more later on in the show. And this is where it comes into play. It's nothing crazy, but a little surprising. Halo Studios seems to have put in a secret ending cutscene for Halo Campaign Evolved. It's very brief, but it seems to tease that Halo 2 is getting a remake as well.
Of course it is.
Which is weird. Very odd. Well, we all assumed that this game was being made to give the developers some experience with Unreal Engine 5 so that the next Halo game they would be comfortable with the engine and everything like that. But now it seems
maybe they'll use Halo 2 to get used to Unreal Engine 6, which is probably what they'll be using by the time it starts development.
Right? It's like, what's going on at this studio, man? It's very strange. So, yeah, but the it's not a spoiler, obviously. Like it's a fucking old game, but the new scene basically has Johnson killing an elite, kicking up his feet on a bench and saying, "See you in the sequel." So, I guess they're doing. Okay. I mean, I don't think Halo 2 ever got the remake treatment, did it?
Well, it got the. There was Halo 2 Anniversary Edition.
Oh, there was. Okay, so there's even less reason for this. Okay, Halo 3 is the only one that seems to actually need a remake, and maybe this is the plan.
I wouldn't even say it needs to. It already looks great. So.
It does. I mean, all three of these games already looked really, really well, but maybe they're just remaking the whole trilogy. I don't know.
Yeah. Easier than making a new game.
Now that I think about it, they might be taking the Star Fox approach of
just soft relaunching the series.
Yeah, being like, you know what? Halo 4 and 5 sucked, and Infinite just made things confusing. Let's just go back, remake Halo 1, 2, and 3, and then we'll make a real Halo 4. Like, maybe that's the idea? I don't know. It's just a thought. Just popped into my head.
Or maybe they asked Copilot to what should we do, and Copilot
what should we do?
Bullshit.
What should we do, Copilot? All right. Next up. Sony's decision to end production of PlayStation discs for new games from 2028 onwards threatens to destroy the second-hand market. It's a tradition as old as video games themselves, selling games or trading them in to make money back or make money for your next purchase, make buying new games cheaper.
Share a game with a friend.
Or sharing a game with a friend. Quote, I've sold and traded in countless games over the years, especially when money was tight and I couldn't afford to buy new games at full price. Of course, I'm aware of the transition to digital and digital's dominance over the market as it stands today. By the way, the I in this is Wesley from IGN writing this article. I download most of my games these days. I recently bought a copy of Marvel's Avengers for PS5 from eBay for my son to play it because it had been delisted from digital storefronts. It has? Marvel's Avengers has been delisted? I'll have to look into that. Why would it be delisted? Did they shut?
Terrible.
Did they shut the game down? Is Marvel's?
I don't know. I think I dedicate so little brain time to Marvel's Avengers that I don't really know. Where.
Marvel's Avengers. The fuck? Marvel's Avengers. It is still playable, but it has been delisted from all digital storefronts. Why? Why would they do that? You can only play it if you already own a copy in your digital library or you purchase a physical disc. Oh, it's in maintenance mode. It no longer receives updates or customer support. All cosmetic items and heroes are permanently unlocked for free, but any remaining bugs or performance issues are not fixed. Why would they remove it from digital storefronts if it's still playable? That's fucking weird. That's really fucking weird. Huh. Why was this not a news story? It happened in 2023? Why am I just hearing about this 3 years later?
That'll be why, because we weren't doing the podcast at that point.
But I mean, I follow the... Wow, that's fucking weird. Okay, well, the more you know. That's crazy. I had no idea that was the case. Why would they keep it active but not sell it? That's really strange. Okay, well, anyway. But still, I was surprised to see just how big the second-hand video game market remains and that it's projected to grow. CNBC reported on estimates from Detaintello? The fuck is that? Some sort of consumer goods reporting data. Okay. Which valued the global second-hand video game market at $7.2 billion last year and predicts it will grow to $13.8 billion by 2034. Consoles are 42.3% of the revenue share of last year's valuation of the secondhand market, with North America being the biggest portion of the market. As you'd expect, GameStop led the competitive landscape in 2025. They also said the secondhand market was fueled by concerns around affordability, which I think we can all agree on. The growing retro gaming culture and what it called digital to physical gaming transitions. But Sony's controversial decision to ditch physical discs for PlayStation games threatened to destroy the market. Kasunori Ito, director of equity research at Morningstar, told CNBC that the secondhand market for games will keep shrinking and eventually disappear. I don't agree with that at all. I think if anything, it's just going to grow. Because it's going to be vintage. Everyone's going to be like, holy shit, you can't get physical games anymore? And then they're going to start flocking to, microplay and retro game stores and all that kind of stuff. It's going to become a collector-thon, kind of a thing.
Well, it already has. I mean, have you ever seen what the prices on those are like?
Oh, dude, I have certain games in my library that are like $600. I'm like, holy shit! I'm sitting on a gold mine one day. I love it. I don't think it'll shrink and eventually disappear, though. That doesn't. That seems unlikely to me. But that's what the analysts are saying. Michael Pachter, I remember that guy. He was on game trailers all the time. Managing director and strategic planning at Wedbush Securities told CNBC that brick and mortar game retail is doomed. No, I wouldn't say so. Like if you and I were to go to Geek to Microplay, I should go there and interview them and be like, what percentage of the money that you guys make comes from current sales? I'd be very curious. I should call and ask them that. I wonder if they'd be interested. When historically at least 1/3 of games that's been sold was used. Sony's rationale for ditching discs is that it's simply following consumer trends. Well, we already know about all that stuff. So anyway, I thought that was interesting statistical data. I don't think used games is going away. I just think it's going to become more. I mean, people still collect.
As long as there are physical objects, people will buy and sell them. So it's definitely not going to go away. It's just that it's not going to include new PlayStation games going forward.
Right. Or well, yeah. See, this is the interesting thing is like Xbox now kind of has like a potential one-up on PlayStation. If they were to decide with their next console that it will have physical media, that might entice a lot of people if PlayStation continues with the plan of not having discs. Very interested to see how this all pans out. But I thought that was interesting. $7.2 billion in used games and used console sales last year. Crazy. Okay, next up. This one's weird. I don't have a lot to say on this because of the entire point of it. But IGN published an interview with Cliff Bleszinski, who revealed his struggle with alcoholism and how it affected not just his work on Gears of War, but contributed to the failure of Lawbreakers and his game studio. What was it, Bosky? I think.
Also, not to be like disrespectful or anything, but like least surprising thing I've heard all day.
Yeah,
some of the stuff that guy was saying at that time, it was like, what is he on? Well, I guess we know now.
Booze.
Yeah.
Okay, so never mind. So
with that said, I hope he's doing well.
Yeah, I have an update here. So when I was booking the show, the story was gone. It had been taken down. Really? And that's why, remember when at the beginning of the show before we recorded, I was like, huh.
Oh, you were like, yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, that's really weird. Like, why did they take it down? And I was like, maybe they had to remove something? But the post is back, so I can actually read it now. I was just going to move on, but it's back. So video game developer Cliff Bleszinski has revealed his struggle with alcoholism. Oh, I already said all this. Literally almost word for word. Bleszinski was one of the chief designers at Epic Games, working on Jazz Jackrabbit. Jazz Jackrabbit.
You ever played Jazz Jackrabbit?
I never did. I've seen it. I've heard of it, but it's just a funny name. Yeah?
It's kind of fun. Yeah, it's like
was it on PC or what was it on?
It was a PC game, but it moved like Sonic the Hedgehog. It was really, really fast.
Oh, okay.
Really, really smooth scrolling, and you also had a gun, so you would shoot things.
Huh.
It was fun. It was fun. It's not like the best game that Epic ever made, but it was a fun little game. Yeah.
What era did it come out in?
Oh, like
PS1,
like
PS2,
90. I think it was like 94 or something.
Oh, SNES type era. Okay.
Yeah, so it was Well, it was very much inspired, like I said, by Sonic the Hedgehog. So
makes sense.
But it was a game for DOS that looked and played a lot like a console game, which was kind of rare back then.
Of course, he also worked on Unreal and Gears of War. He left Epic to found his own studio, BlueSky Productions, but its games Lawbreakers and Radical Heights failed, and BlueSky was eventually shut down.
Radical Heights, Jesus Christ, that was...
I don't even remember that one. I remember Lawbreakers, but I don't remember Radical Heights.
Here's all you need to know. It was a battle royale game.
Oh, well, that explains
it. Yeah, it was one of the 10 million games trying to cash in on that really, really fast. Its gimmick, its thing, was that it had an 80s theme.
Radical.
It was the 80s aesthetic. And it was a fucking train wreck. Like, everybody who looked at that was like, yeah, first of all, this is not going to be a success. This is also not going to come out. And it didn't come out. It went into early access and then promptly died because
along with the company,
there were already a billion battle royale games.
Yeah. Blazinski told 80 Level that he's mostly to blame for the collapse of BlueSky. Quote, I was a functioning alcoholic. Then I became a non-functioning alcoholic. Blazinski said he's now 4 months sober and is considering a return to video game development. The wide-ranging interview discusses everything from Lawbreakers' failure. Quote, Lawbreakers tripped so Concord could faceplant. End quote. Yeesh.
Is that from him?
I believe so. It's just a quote in brackets, so I assume it's from him.
Sounds like a Cliffy B quote.
Yeah. New game ideas that never came to anything, and the death of his dog. Blazinski admitted his ego played a part in his various mistakes. Yep. He refused to co-found BlueSky with former fellow Gears developer Rod Ferguson, for example. Blazinski said that his problems with alcohol began in 2003 while working on Unreal Tournament, but extended through the developments of the Gears of War games. Quote, the Gears of War trilogy was largely developed hungover by me. I was at that point a functioning alcoholic. You go to your GDCs, you go to your E3s, you have 3 nights in a row of going to parties or wine dinner with your partners, and then you have hotel lobby bars. My tolerance was so high that other developers would have a few, and I would get all this confidential information and remember it. It was like a superpower for a while.
And then you overestimate your ability to handle it. Yeah, this is very classic alcoholic behavior. Yeah, like it's the people who become alcoholics are almost always the ones, from what I understand at least, with the high tolerance, because they overestimate their ability to handle it.
Yeah. In March of 2026, Blazinski suffered a seizure and ended up in a hospital. He gave up drinking after that and is now seeing a therapist. Quote, eventually my body was like, fuck you. And I realized this is hitting a wall and it's time to give this up after 25 years of partying. Now, though, Blazinski appears to be doing better, telling 80 Level that he is considering a return to video game development. He made it clear,
though, that... I would also explain why he retired if he was struggling with this. Because I remember thinking it was kind of weird that he retired.
So young.
He was still, like, clearly still active in game development. And I at the time I thought, well, maybe Radical Heights and Lawbreakers back to back was too much of a fail. But with this, like, this recontextualizes a lot.
Yeah, now that he realizes that it was his fault that everything failed, well, now you can kind of, as long as you can accept it, you can accept it and learn from your mistakes and move forward. He made it clear, though, he has no intention of making another PvP game, insisting, good luck to anyone in that space.
Oh, yeah.
So, I don't envy anybody who goes through shit like that. No. I will never be able to understand it because it's not something
it's a thing. It's tied to both personality and genetic factors. Like there are people, like I said, people who think that they're not susceptible to it. That is like 100% of the time thinking you're immune to something is like the biggest factor of becoming vulnerable to it. But then there are also genetic factors. Some people are just more susceptible to it because of their body chemistry or whatever. And
or they have addictive personalities as well.
Yeah, it's when you have those two things put together. It's a recipe for alcoholism. But it sounds like he's on the road to recovery, which is good.
Yep. 4 months sober. Keep going. Hopefully, he's got a good support system, and wish him well. You know, he made some amazing games, so would be a shame to run that into the ground with something that sad. So
yeah, listen, and I say this out of a place of love. Nobody wants to go out on a radical heights. When you retire for good, Cliffy B, make sure you go out on a good game. That's honestly, that's what you deserve.
Yeah.
You deserve better than that being your final piece of your legacy.
Absolutely.
So good luck to you, sir.
Yeah. Agreed. All right. We have our last 3 pieces of news here are all Xbox related.
Oh boy.
They're not terrible though.
No, there hasn't been like I said, there hasn't been anything devastating in the news this week. So
no. So
we had a pretty long streak of
just death news,
disaster after disaster. Yeah.
Hopefully we're on the uphill now.
Hopefully.
But this one's kind of cool actually. Microsoft has announced Xbox backwards compatibility program is now coming to PC, allowing you to play classic console games on PC and handhelds, such as the Xbox
Ally X. So if you're really clamoring to play Fusion Frenzy again, you can now do that.
The program begins now with an early preview containing support for 4 titles: Blinks, the Time Sweeper, Conquer Live and Reloaded, Crimson Skies, and Fusion Frenzy.
Well, I can tell you exactly why these were the titles chosen, because these are all Microsoft published titles.
Oh yeah, makes no sense.
There's nothing third party in here. Yeah. Everything is something that they have control over, which honestly makes sense. Yeah.
Force. Oh shit.
Yeah. Exactly.
Come on, guys.
Nobody in the world was like, "Oh man, I really need to play Blinks the Time Sweeper again." I joked about Fusion Frenzy at the top of this, but there are actually people who like that game. So
I liked it. It was good.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it makes perfect sense that if that's in your catalog, you'd go with it. But nobody is like, "Oh man, we need Blinks, man. Blinks needs to come back in the big 2.6."
And Conquer Live and Reloaded is not the best version of that game anyway. So that's
it's also the best looking, but yeah.
So anyone who owns the games already will automatically have a license granted on PC. The 4 games will also be added to Xbox Game Pass for those with a PC Game Pass or Ultimate subscription. And of course, you'll be able to stream the titles via Xbox Cloud Gaming, allowing you to play them on pretty much anything. Fresh features...
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, fresh features for Xbox backwards compatibility on PC include up to 4 times resolution upscaling, VSync support, full scale and windowed display modes, and I can't never say this damn word.
Isotropic filtering.
Thank you. Enhanced anti-aliasing and more. These games also include customizable language and audio settings. Finally,
they do not have frame rate selection. 3 of those games are 30. And Fusion Frenzy is at 60. And that's how they are for now. Yeah. So I can actually talk a little bit about this because Digital Foundry did a video on this. And from what they said, it sounds like this is technically 2 layers of emulation. It sounds like they're emulating the Xbox 360 emulator or the original Xbox. So you're running Xbox emulation through Xbox 360 emulation on your Windows computer, which is a very strange way to do it. But I guess if they already had that in place, then
that's how they did it on Xbox Series.
Okay, so it's just going through multiple layers of emulation, and that's probably why things like the frame rate are fixed, because it is just like the X. These aren't ports. These are just emulation, and they're emulation of emulation. So you've got multiple layers of you cannot futz with these settings because that's just how they are.
That might be why Brute Force and Mechasol are not available on backwards compatibility, because I don't think they were playable on the 360 backwards compatibility.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. So that right there is a good barometer for what might be coming in the future. Mm-hmm. I would expect, since that's the way they're doing it apparently, is whatever was on the 360 back compat is probably first in line, or at least what is possible.
Well, the full list is already on Xbox Series, so I would assume you can probably just go there and see what's in the list, and that whole thing will probably be brought over to PC.
Yeah. Once they negotiate the rights for third-party titles and stuff, that'll be the biggest stumbling block, I assume.
Yeah. Finally, while unavailable today, Microsoft will add achievements to these games and future Xbox compatibility on PC titles via an update later in the year. So very cool. Good on them for continuing the backwards compatibility program. But you're never going to get a full thumbs up from me until Brute Force. Figure it out.
Yeah.
Figure it out, guys.
It seems like weird that they would do it this way, because the original Xbox is using an x86 processor, like it's a Pentium 3. So you would think that just building a compatibility layer would be the simpler way of doing it, instead of having to run it through 2 layers of emulation. Like, just because obviously it's not going to run natively because it's designed for the Xbox, and that's 25 years old. But you would think, at least I guess if you were starting from scratch, just a compatibility layer would be the easiest option. But I guess this is just what they had ready to go.
Yeah.
Or ready-er to go.
I mean, it was first party, so makes sense.
Yeah.
The next Xbox piece of news here is Microsoft has launched a test for ad-supported Xbox game streaming and promises the ads won't interrupt gameplay.
So this I was confused about. Is this for streaming? Is this for cloud gaming, or is this for when you're streaming to people to Twitch or something?
No. This is for the cloud streaming. Okay. So, I'll just read all the details here. So, the test lets users stream select games from their library for a limited time, supported by adverts, and is available to Xbox insiders. So it's just a test program. During this test period, Xbox insiders with an Xbox account can stream supported games without a subscription for free, with ads with 1-hour session limits across supported devices and regions where game streaming is available. Ads will play before streaming sessions begin and will not interrupt gameplay. The core game experience remains unchanged, the company added. Participation is optional, and players can choose other ways to play at any time. The test is designed to help give more people more affordable ways to play on devices they already own. You can play after sitting through 2 minutes of ads. Wait, what? You can play after sitting... So it's basically 2 minutes of ads, and then you get to play for an hour. When the 1-hour session ends, you can play again after sitting through another set of ads, and your progress continues across your account and devices. It's also worth noting that today, Xbox Cloud Gaming is not available without a Game Pass subscription. For many players, the device they already own now allows them to stream games with Xbox. Cloud can also help Xbox One owners play newer games built for Xbox Series without needing to purchase new hardware right away. That can be especially meaningful in places where consoles are harder to find or less affordable, giving more players another way to access great games on devices they already have. In a blog post on Xbox Wire, Microsoft outlined the following guidelines for ad-supported game streaming. 1, we start with the player. Ads should create value. I'm not sure what they mean by that. 2, we do not interrupt the flow of gameplay. You do, it's just once an hour, which isn't really that terrible. 2 minutes per hour, that's actually... decent. If you're getting it for free, that's pretty good. We hold ads to the same quality bar as our content, which I guess means that the ads will be tailored to you. I guess
that's not the guarantee you think it is, guys.
Yeah, be careful on that one. We're clear about what's advertising, and we make sure ads fit what players expect on each platform. So I'm assuming we won't get Trojan condom advertisements. But I thought it was interesting. This just leads credence to a sort of a long-running theory that because of things getting so expensive, they're looking into other ways to allow players to play video games so that they're not paying $110 for a brand new video game like we have right now in Canada. 110 after tax is just fucking... that's nuts. And GTA 6 up here, I don't know if you saw it on the stores, but it's 110 before tax.
Yeah.
What the fuck? That's ridiculous. So anyway, I thought it was interesting. We'll see what happens in the long run, but it's interesting. All right, the last piece of Xbox news is, of course, Game Pass update. for July 2026, Wave 2. Coming to Xbox Game Pass, July 22nd, which is already out. Shift at Midnight on Game Pass Ultimate and PC Game Pass. Also out now. Hell is Us, Game Pass Ultimate Premium and PC Game Pass. Play Hell is Us, guys. It's so good. It's so good. In fact, I want to play it again, and I plan on buying it a second time just to support those guys, because I know they're having trouble at Nacon. Which is crazy, because I think every game I've played from Nacon, I've really enjoyed. In fact, Ravenswatch, the game I talked about at the beginning of the show, Nacon.
I did notice that.
Yeah, they're the ones that are in redundancy right now, barely surviving. So, guys, buy Nacon games. They're good. July 28th, which is 2 days from the time of this recording, Halo Campaign Evolve joins Game Pass Ultimate and PC Game Pass. July 30th, Mistfall Hunter, Game Pass Ultimate and PC Game Pass. Mistfall Hunter is the it's like Arc Raiders or Marathon, but it's a Souls-like a Souls game, like a third-person Souls game, but in that sort of PvE gameplay. Corsair Cove comes to Game Pass Ultimate and PC Game Pass. That's a PC game, July 31st. It's like a pirate town builder where you're like building a Tortuga on the cliffs of this like island. It's pretty cool. Heretic plus Hexen coming to cloud, console, handheld, and PC August 4th. Game Pass Premium.
We played that.
We did.
Go watch it on the channel.
Very good. And
that was your first time playing Heretic.
It was. Good game.
Which is weird, because I could have sworn the first place I ever played it was at your house, but maybe I was thinking of my cousins or something.
Yeah, probably. Because I only ever played Hexen. And Beast of Reincarnation, the Game Freak game, August 4th, Game Pass Ultimate and PC Game Pass. And that's it for Game Pass Wave 2 for July. Leaving Xbox Game Pass on July 31st is Back to the Dawn, Celeste. Go play Celeste, guys. Celeste, it's amazing. Crusader Kings 3, Mountain Blade 2, My Friendly Neighborhood, no idea. Rain World, Sniper Elite Resistance, that's the newest Sniper Elite game if I recall, and Whiskerwood are all leaving Game Pass on the 31st. And that's it for the news. Which brings us to Oscar Scope. All right. First game.
Still running that video.
Here we go. I've blown it up just for you.
No. I was gonna say this kind of looks like Deus Ex Human Revolution, but I got
nothing.
Yeah.
84% from Metacritic. What do you think of the blown up image? Is that helpful?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought I would do that. There was a lot of blank space. I noticed. I was like, why am I not using this?
Yeah. Still don't know what this is though, other than it's not Deus Ex, definitely.
Is this a Paper Mario game? It looks like a Paper Mario aesthetic.
I think it's a little too detailed for that. It's not nearly colorful enough.
True. Well, PC only. Yeah, I'm not gonna get this. This is gonna be an indie game I've never heard of. I see a cursor that has like you turning things, so it's like some sort of puzzle.
Yeah, some kind of puzzle game. Yeah,
puzzle adventure game.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, literally a puzzle adventure game. Yep.
Yep.
No idea.
Do not know.
2026 game. Oh, it's brand new.
Oh, so this is fresh. Yeah, I have no idea what this is.
No, I got
Looks
nothing.
kind of neat though. That art style is kind of cool.
Yeah, it looks pretty.
No idea.
All right, the name of the game is Phonopolis.
Never heard of it.
Phonopolis. That's some flowers. Oh, is this Expedition 33? It looks very Expedition 33 color palette.
Maybe.
Nope. 91%. Ooh, that looks super familiar. Oh, what is that over there?
Is that a Civilization game? It's got a hex grid.
Yeah, it does kind of look like Civ. Let's say it looks earlier though, so like Civilization.
Or
Yeah, maybe 4. Nope, it's not a Civ game.
oh, wow. Okay.
Oh, is this? No, is this isn't World of Warcraft or not? Warcraft 3? No,
Uh,
it's got that color palette.
I don't think so. But like, where did Warcraft 3 ever have a hex grid anywhere in it?
Did it have a hex grid in that picture though? Yeah,
Yeah, look at
kind of.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you could put it in, but I don't remember that ever being.
No. Let's try Crusader Kings because I'm trying to think of other like hex grid type. No. City building roguelite. Yeah, I played this. After the Storm. After the Storm? After the nope. Fuck. It's something the Storm. Ooh, I heard fireworks.
Put in the words "the storm" and then see what's suggested.
Against the Storm. That's it. There we go.
There you go.
Yeah,
I have never played this.
It's kind of cool. It's a roguelite city builder, which is pretty unique. Where you're like, there's like a time limit with the storm coming in, and you have to like expand as quickly as you can, and then you have to move before the storm hits you, and then you start from scratch again. Basically, it's interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah. In fact, let me see what that did on Metacritic. Very curious now. We should do that for every game. Let's just see how the games did, especially if we haven't ever heard of them. What was this one called? Against the Storm.
Yeah.
Oh wow. 91 critically, 79 user score. That's pretty wide berth there. Interesting. What was the other one? Phonopolis. Phonopolis. Man, Metacritic's website's really slow right now for some reason. Holy shit, guys. Really? Okay, well, oh, there we go. 84 critically, 79 user score. Okay, might have to check it out. That's a hallway.
That could be like a subway or maybe a hospital, because it's got like a tile wall, so it could also be like a hospital. But that arch makes me think subway.
Or this makes me feel like a jail cell.
Oh yeah, it could be a jail. You're right.
Or that could be a window that they're looking through, but it looks like a jail bar to me.
Suffering.
We're gonna go back to that game until we get it.
Well, I mean,
no, 82%.
Oh. 82, maybe not. Manhunt?
Maybe.
This feels like a shot from Manhunt.
No. PS3 360. Is this
Oh, this is The Darkness.
Oh, okay.
I know those tentacles.
Nice. I know those tentacles anywhere. Yeah, definitely better than the second one. The second one was weird.
Yeah. Second one. I mean, the second one's not bad, but it's not as good as the first one. The first one, like, I'm shocked at how good it was, because I've read some of the comic book, The Darkness, and it did not deserve a game that good.
No, it did not. Ooh, The Darkness has. Oh, we already know an 82, an 82 on a critic. I don't know what this is. It could be any GTA game or.
Yeah, I mean, I like just try GTA 4. Kind of looks like the intro of GTA 4.
82%. Another 82.
Maybe it's GTA 5 because those look like buildings from GTA 5. Oh no, it can't be because no. Damn it.
Watch Dogs. The first one.
Oh, maybe.
It's definitely not the second one. Nope. PC, GameCube,
Ooh,
PS2.
Jesus.
Holy, what the hell?
Look at that arrow. That's definitely not Watch Dogs.
It's on everything. Oof. Man. We got to ignore GBA, DS, and mobile because it's probably a different version of the game.
Yeah, but it does give us that very specific period of time.
Yeah. No idea. That arrow's weird.
Yeah, that feels like this feels like a game that's not entirely serious.
82% though. Yeah, I got nothing.
Let's work under the assumption that it's a racing game because we've seen things that you would see.
Yeah. Midnight Club?
Like,
No, that was
maybe?
PlayStation. That was PlayStation exclusive. Never mind.
Was it? Okay.
This is not a color scheme for Need for Speed.
No.
So, and it's not Burnout because I would know Burnout immediately.
Well, maybe Burnout 2. 1 and 2 before the series was good.
True. Let's try it.
Yeah.
Nope. It is racing though.
It is. That's totally a Burnout game. What the fuck? That looks so much like a Burnout game. It looks like the UI.
Maybe it's like Test Drive or something like that. Like some.
Oh, Test Drive Unlimited, maybe.
Or like Ridge Racer.
No, Ridge Racer would be way brighter and more colorful. All right, try Test Drive Unlimited.
Nope, 2004.
What the fuck is this?
Maybe it is Midnight Club. But I could have sworn it was an exclusive.
You can try it. That arrow is so out of place with everything else.
Right?
It looks like an arrow from like Diddy Kong Racing or something. You know what I mean?
EA. So it is it's Need for Speed. No wait, they didn't. No. They didn't know Need for Speed in 2004. That was way too early. Oh wait, no, they always did. Yeah, EA. Criterion took over after that. Okay, so this is probably what. It's not Underground. It's too.
Hot Pursuit.
Which one?
Hot Pursuit.
No. That was an open world. This one's open world. I mean, maybe it is Underground, but
that Underground was that era, wasn't it?
Maybe it's Underground 2. Because I played the first one more than the second one. I don't remember that arrow. EA Black Box. Why does that ring a bell? This is going to be something else. Fuck. Whatever. Okay, let's go with Underground. Whoops. No, not 2. Let's go with Underground 1. It is 2.
Oh, it was 2. Damn it.
Gotta go with my gut.
It was going to be one or the other.
Yeah. Because that arrow, I would like because I played the first one, but I never played the second one.
Why it's so stylistically
so fucking cartoony. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a fence.
Fence or maybe like a barn door or barn wall or something.
Yeah, I got nothing. I don't know what these are though. Speckles. Ooh, 85%.
Oh,
got nothing.
Hold on.
It's a cherry blossom. I
know.
Shenmue?
Maybe Deadly Premonition. Maybe. I think it might look too good to be Deadly Premonition.
Wait, 85% though?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Oh.
Okay, it's a PS4 game.
Oh.
There's a lot here. I don't know. It looks like a hand, like a skeleton hand swiping at a guy. Some kind of giant hand.
We got some UI.
Yeah.
Huh.
Some glowy predator blood. Well, predator blood is green, but you know what I mean.
It's a Souls game. There's little doohickeys coming out of him, and then he's got like a stagger bar.
There's no damage numbers in the Souls games. At least not to show up like that.
Souls-like, I guess I should say.
Yeah.
Although it's PS4 exclusive. Huh. Okay, I need more.
Yeah, I don't recognize this. Oh wow, it really is a Souls like. Holy shit, they're even doing the UI thing.
Is this Neo?
Maybe, might as well try. I've never played Neo.
No, it's Neo 2.
Oh, Neo 2.
Yeah. I've tried to play those games several times, and as with every other Souls-like, I play the first bit, and I'm like, oh yeah, I can do this, and then it hits a wall, and I'm like, fuck this game.
Yeah.
Stupid difficulty spikes. That's a hallway with a barrel.
That is a purplish hallway. I got nothing.
For shits and giggles, I'm going to put Dragon Age Veilguard. It's got that color scheme. 81%.
Now it's looking like a sci-fi thing.
Yeah. What are we even looking at? I have no idea.
I don't know.
I have no idea what we're looking at. No clue. Does look sci-fi though. PS5, PC. Oh, it's current gen only.
Very recent.
We have some UI up here. Oh. No. No, that was PS4.
Could this be what was that Star Wars game?
Oh, Outlaws. Yeah, it could be. Nice.
Boom. I haven't even played the game. There was nothing particularly Star Warsy in there. I'm feeling kind of proud of that one.
Yeah, good job. Go play that game, guys. I still stand by that it's fantastic. It's a really good game. I feel bad for that team because they did a really good job. Okay, that looks like a PS2.
Looks like a giant turd.
I think it's like a cliff edge, like a rock cliff rock coming out, kind of a thing. Looks PS2 era. Is this episode 1 racer?
No.
Okay. Oh, it's F-Zero GX.
Oh, well, there you go.
I think.
Good call.
Yeah. One of the best arcade racers of all time. Nintendo, what the fuck are you sitting on?
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Yeah. Unbelievable. How, dude. F-Zero GX Battle Royale. Print money. Go.
or hold on the Switch 2, 120 FPS.
Let's go. What are you doing? What are you doing, Nintendo? Let's go. Fucking just brutal that they haven't done that.
Ooh, this is old.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out what era, but I'm not sure. Could be PS2, but maybe PS1.
Maybe. This looks like a PC game or something.
Yeah, it could be. It could be emulated though. Remember that?
Yeah, that's true. It gives me that vibe of like that very late 90s PC game where it's like the model quality is kind of bad, but it at least has better texturing and lighting than an N64 or PlayStation game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think there's a guy's hand right here.
Yeah. This looks better.
88%.
Very green.
Could this be? No, it's not Beyond Good and Evil. There's no ladders.
No.
I don't know what this is. I think we'll know though. 88%. That's high. That's high.
Yeah.
Okay, I was right. PS2, Xbox.
PC. Could this be an Oddworld game? Maybe.
No, PS2. No, it was Xbox exclusive. Yeah, but Oddworld was exclusive to Xbox at the time.
Okay.
I don't know what this is.
Yeah.
I can see a shadow of something weird. Oh, is this No, it's not Psychonauts. That was exclusive to Xbox.
Yeah, also, this would be way more colorful if it was Psychonauts.
True. It is Psychonauts. I'm not listening to you anymore.
Immediately, the baseball bat just comes and cracks me right in the
face. There's no way. There's no way it's that colorful. It's got to be way more colorful. Boom.
Yeah. Okay. Just don't listen to me.
It is pretty brown.
I said this is karma. Okay. I got the Star Wars one without ever even played the game, and now I.
Just ignore him. Ignore him. Let's go with your gut.
Yeah.
This looks real good. I don't know what it is. But it looks real good.
Pipes on a wall. How good could it possibly look based on this?
Well, good lighting. Good. It looks crisp. 81%. This doesn't look as crisp. Oh. I think this is Assassin's Creed 1.
I haven't played it, so I don't know. You try.
Go with your gut, Mr. Swayze. Go with your gut. Oh, fuck. Where is it on the list? Oh, my God. How many Assassin's Creed games are there? There. Hey!
There you go.
Got it from some fucking boxes. Oh, God. That's what they decided to show. That's fucking Desmond.
We'll have this loser just walking around at the point where the game's not fun.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Gotta go back up to the classics. NBA Jam?
NBA Jam. That's the easiest in the world.
Nailed it!
That is the fastest we've ever gotten it. But it's also like the most obvious.
Yeah. That was good. It's a city that's been destroyed. There's like buildings that are like
good first image though. It's not just a wall or some fucking grass.
Yeah. Could this be? No, it's not. Oh, don't go with your gut though. No, it can't be. It can't be. I'm gonna go with my gut anyway. Dude, am I right? Is it Final? I think it's Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Sure.
Oh, I just thought it would be under the same thing. God damn it! I should have went with my gut. God damn it! That's the scene when they're all Wait, have you played Remake?
I have. I haven't finished it. I actually played it a little bit today.
This is the scene when they're sitting on top of Midgar, looking down at the destroyed. Like part of the city.
Also, it's not a spoiler; it's a remake. Like I know there's new stuff in there, but like
yeah, I know. I did. It wasn't spoilery. I was just wondering if you remember that scene from the remake. I could have got that in 1. God damn it! I should have checked to see if remake was.
You technically did get it in 1.
No. Okay, that is fuzzy. This looks very much like a point and click, kind of like, you know what I'm saying. Pre-rend, like a Grim Fandango kind of a look. It's not Grim Fandango though. No. You know what? Fuck it. I'm putting Grim Fandango just in case.
Go for it. Let's do it.
I can't be second guessing myself anymore. Oh wow, 92%.
Holy shit.
Oh, is this Half-Life?
I think it looks a little bit better than Half-Life, but you can try it.
Oh, PS1?
Yeah, this is a PS1 game. The textures were kind of making me go, yeah.
What PS1 game would get a 91%?
I don't know. There's tons of them.
It looks like this?
Well, that looks like, I don't know.
A historic shooter? Is this like Medal of Honor or something like that?
Oh, yeah. It's going to be Medal of Honor. That's what it is. I've actually played this, and that's 100% what it is.
Nice.
It is not a 91, by the way. Maybe by the standards of the day, but
yeah. Oh, 92. 92.
Whatever. Trying to play that game today is rough, but yeah, it is a really good looking game for the PS1. Like lighting
at the time
and vehicles detail. Yeah. This is more recent than that.
This looks really bland, though. Like, it just looks like...
It's an establishing shot.
Yeah, but like, there's nothing out there that makes me go, this is a unique world. You know what I'm saying? Like, this
maybe it's in the middle of a camera motion where they're flying around, and this just isn't the stuff that, you know.
Maybe it's like Ghost Recon Wildlands or something like that.
Maybe.
The game looks just like unremarkable. So I was trying to think of a game that
it has zero style. It's just like,
yeah,
it looks like a real life game.
Oh, not Ghostlands, Wildlands. No, 86%.
Isn't that the one that has the Predator DLC?
Wow! Oh my god. Okay, well, I just insulted one of my favorite games of all time.
Oh, is this Assassin's Creed Odyssey?
Yes, it is. Wow, I can't believe I just did that to
that game. I told you, it's an establishing shot, dude.
Like, this makes this I'm like instantaneously like, yeah, that's Odyssey. This one,
they whenever they do that kind of stuff, it's like we move the camera around and there's usually some boring stuff and then we pan it to the interesting stuff.
Man, what a game though. Oh my god, every time I see this game, I just want to go back and play more of it. Like, it's just so 10 out of 10.
You have the power.
I got the power. All right, last one. Black and white. Interesting.
Oh, I was hoping it was going to be like actually black and white. I clicked off for a second.
No.
And then you said black and white. I was like, oh, black and white. Yeah, the game where you can literally spank your monkey and throw shit into people's food.
You can. Nope, literally black and white. I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know what this is.
What's with the 90s?
Ooh.
Is this like Morrowind or something? No.
I don't know.
Oh, I wonder if it's ESO. Elder Scrolls Online. They got I don't know how highly rated it is, but I know it's popular. And this looks newer. I don't know what that first image is though.
Yeah, I don't know.
And what the hell is this thing in the front?
It's a hand. It's a hand reaching out.
Ah, okay. I have no idea. Let's get more. I don't think it's Elder Scrolls.
Yeah, I got nothing from this.
Whoa, PC, PS3?
Is this For Honor?
For Honor? No. Action adventure. Heavenly Sword? No.
No, that was PS3 only, and there's no way that game would get over a 90.
Okay, what am I looking at here? Like, what is that? A shield?
That's a shield. Yeah,
shield. There's a knight's or a knight's helmet there. Is this Demon's Soul? No, 360.
No.
Also, For Honor was PS4. I should have caught that. Shit.
Oh, that's right. It was. Looks like an arrow's flying towards the guy.
Yeah, it's definitely an arrow. I don't have no idea. I feel like we're gonna get this though. This looks familiar.
Well, yeah. If it did that well, there's no way we don't know what it is. But
yeah. 2014. Wow. So this
is a late release.
Really late. This was 2 years after PS4 came out, and it wasn't cross-gen. What the hell is this game? And it got a 91?
Yeah, what is this?
It is Demon's Souls. Oh wait, no, it's Dark Souls. It's Dark Souls.
It's Dark Souls 2, I'm pretty sure. Let me
The Rotten is the boss.
Yeah, I'm sure it's Dark Souls 2.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Because I don't recognize that boss, and Dark Souls 2 is the only one I haven't played.
Ah, well, that makes sense. Good job. Good job. All right, ladies and gentlemen. That has been Press Pause, a gaming podcast, episode 101. I lost my train of thought. That happens. It happens. You're getting older. It's just bound to happen. Literally getting older because my birthday's this week. If you want to follow me on the socials, I'm at TJ-Leo on BlueSky.
I'm at Ninjas on BlueSky.
If I didn't mention it already, you can email us at co.op.podcast@gmail.com. Don't forget to comment, like, share, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. And we'll see you next week for another edition of Press Pause, a gaming podcast. Until next time, get back to gaming.
We're not the boss of you.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are. Get back to gaming.